Okay, tis showtime. Good to see you guys. Welcome back to Flaterday. Wiggly, squiggly flat thumbs to you all. Tonight is going to be awesome. So get warm, get snug. As you can see, tonight is going to be awesome. Tonight I'm doing my vlog from the not newly discovered tomb of Tutankhamun, discovered by Howard Carter. And if you just look behind me, you can see a white box, and the contents of the white box, box 50, is what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay, why Tutankhamun wanted to take him to the afterlife? They must have had some significance in this life. We're going to look at the ancient Djed, and it's going to be a mind blow. It's going to be a disclosure, not of mine, but I have done some work on this, and it is in sync with some of the nesting technologies that we're talking about on Flat Earth British and forms of free energy, like this form of free energy, which is converting sound, okay, acoustics, into a usable energy form. Beats, like the Beatles, which we'll be talking about later. We're going to do a lot of disclosures in this. It's going to be epic tonight. I'm sure you're going to all enjoy. It is Ragnarok, as you know, outside. So it's get cwtchy. Cwtchy is cozy in Welsh speak, okay, which is where I am now. Lovely old Wales. Yeah. Lovely old Blighty, hanging on by your fingertips. It's no longer a nation. Anyway, whatever. We'll silver line a minor. Tonight, we're going to put all of our problems, worries, and all of that bullshit of the Matrix and the world behind us, okay? And we're going to chill out together. We're going to have a good time, okay? Because I'm going to make you giggle. I'm going to look at some beautiful things, some quality things, and I'm going to make my best efforts to do a mind-blowing presentation. I've been preparing for days. Okay, we're going to look at a lot of stuff in this. We're going to look into the disclosure of the Djed. And we're going to look into old colorized pictures of Algeria. We're looking at pictures of Westminster in London, Houses of Parliament, etc. Toronto, 1900 if you're Canadian. How are you alive? It's just so cold. We're going to look into some copper plate with an FE map on it that has been found. We're going to look into giants in articles. I'm going to do, because I think I'll get away with this, because basically the monarchy hated her, is a trans investigation into Wallis Simpson. Wallis Simpson. I can't believe I fucking missed this, but it's a definite. We'll have a look at that later, and the similarities of the overlapping bullshit stories, narratives they run on humanity today. Nothing new under the sun. Wink, wink. We're also going to look into some of the weird anomalous buildings, one of which is the South Lodge Tower, which existed in Cardiff, which got splattered apparently by the Luftwaffe in 1941. I just can't get my head around it because I know the site really, really well. Nothing else seems to be damaged. It must have been a really shit shot. I don't know what happened there. We'll look into it later. It's cold, isn't it? If you noticed how old is with the C added is cold. So basically old is just add a C and it becomes cold. There's got to be a connection there. So what we're going to do to keep the vibration super duper high in this post, guys, okay, we're going to have loads of pork noodle breaks. Pork noodle breaks are guaranteed to make you grateful for your existence. You'll think, there are wonderful things in this realm. What was I ever fucking moaning about? I'm going to talk to you later on in this post with images of the day, etc. We've got questionnaires, amusing things. And I'm going to do something that I've never thought about before until I watched a documentary last night. I definitely think it's a thing about Lennon and McCartney. Okay. What a dodgy old lot. That'll be later in this post. First, FEB News. Dun, dun, dun. Flat Earth British think tank channel, if you didn't know, we've got 4 channels, one of them all linked up below, is on a copyright strike. The reason is for the next level trailer. It's a 2-minute video and there's nothing in it from Hibbler Productions. But anyway, I got a copyright for it. Can't do nothing with that channel. And then I realized I had the movie on this channel. So I was like, oh shit, even though 30,000 people have watched it, I've set it for unlisted because I definitely think that's a shoot across the bows. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Obviously, I can't upload that. It was fine all year. Anyway, it's got 3 more, and I'm sure that it'll go away eventually. It usually does. That's why we're coming. Okay. The Djed. Seen it 100 times. We talked about the Ankh, we talked about other forms, but this one is a definite more comprehensive study, not by myself. This was turned on to me by Lee, who is flat earth British, and it's an article by a Russian radio engineer, Vladimir Kashkardin. And it is brilliant. Bang on, and we're going to talk about it. I definitely think this is a thing. So that's what we're doing tonight. So 224 of you, just shit out of nowhere, I may as well say it. So cheers to you. Cheers to your health. Because without that, we got fuck all. Right, let's give you a few shouts. There's 16 Alpha, good to see you. Adam Cook, who is up in Lincoln, who's my awesome brother. Met him up in Lincoln, we hung out, had a good time. Matthew, good to see you, my friend. Okay. I'm going to be chilled. Okay, I'm going to be chilled. Says Brian Evans, off for an Aussie soon. We wish him all the best, and we love him. One of the community, therefore. Love you a long time. And Alva Billy. Okay, love you a long time. John Chapman, don't take that in the wrong way. It's in a really nice way. Okay. Ted Young, good to see you from Slovenia. Ooh, look at you. Is it cold there? Probably not. I noticed I was watching some cooking programs, just conversationally, start the vlog off while everyone piles in. And there is massive efforts in cooking in India, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and they have these huge woks, pile shitloads of beautiful, fresh quality foods in there, curries, etc. And they all numb it down like really lovely food. It made me think this. It made me think, fuck off. Yeah. Why hasn't Britain got anything like that? We got like pie and chips with the coli all over it, rat droppings. That's the best you get unless you go Marks and Spencer's. But British people, what? It's not splendid. Cherish, good to see you. So yeah, Robin Lee McClintosh is in the house. Good to see you, Robin. And Leah Debbie, Wiggly Flat Thumbs. Leah, good to see you. Lovely. And Didi Neptune is in the house. And Missy, who's freezing her kahunies off. There you are. Up in Buffalo. Maybe you should get a buffalo skin and put it around you like they used to do in the old days. It'd be really warm, but don't kill a buffalo. Hawkeye Pierce, big fan of your work, Hawkeye Pierce. Love your style. Westminster sucked, and he was having in Winchester. He sucked, didn't he? And he was going out with Hot Lips Houlihan. The fuck ever. Just don't seem right. You see things like that all the time. Samantha, good to see you. So remember, we're going to have plenty of good times in this. We're going to have plenty of pork noodle breaks. That is essential, as you can see. Epic much, JT? Yes. I've been putting words on paper because I find that if I write stuff down, I memorize it better. Maybe that's why teachers used to make you write shit down years ago. Don't know. But I do. Once I've written it down, it's in there. That's it, forever. Kathleen Muschetti, good to see you. And Ray, Boston Mudflood. I was going to show some Boston Mudflood pictures, but I've got so many, I got to cut it all down. I need to do more vlogs, that's what it is. Lisa and Jet Lewis, good to see you. So yeah, we got some fun pics later. We're not going to take life too seriously, but this work, what I'm showing you now, I think it's real. And I also think that this technology could exist now. And I think it is a form of free energy, acoustic sound converted into usable energy forms. In this case, we're going to talk about the ancient Egyptians because if you look into hieroglyphics or the thumbnail of this video, for example, you see the thumbnail, that beautiful masterwork, apparently ancient Egyptian ceramic piece of a Egyptian ship. And what you find is it hasn't got any way of propelling it. It hasn't got a sail, it hasn't got anything to get it going, or any oars. But what you do see on some of them is rudders, but you do not see any sort of propulsion system. We're going to have a look at that. It's going to be yummy. I am Carios. It's going to be juicy. Romeo Bear, thank you for your emails and all your cool information. My brother, Mary Grogan, good to see you. Yummy, indeed. Yummy info. That's what we want. We want our, Martin, we want our info juicy, yo. Well, that's all right. Sorted then, isn't it? Okay. This is where we be epic tonight. Hey, from South Africa. Good to see you, Nick. In South Africa. Summer there, isn't there? Probably Southern Hemisphere. Southern Hemisphere flat. Squirrels in the house. And USO. Hello, world, and greetings from Zurich. Danke, Zurich. Greetings to you too. Wellen. Dog. Greetings to Romania. Wow, we got, and there's another, I've got Romanian bear. We got Romanian. I tell you what, we are so multicultural, it hurts. It's fucking awesome. They have Bugman, and there's Ed in Wales, and there's Valerie, obviously from Wild Valley. Hope all is well with you, sweetness. Good to see you, all you lovely peeps. In the year, and there's Manny, us little truth warriors. It's lovely, isn't it? Pot noodles, pot poodles, Bob, pot poodles. I'm not saying that's the thing. They have beautiful foods. Oh God, we don't have nothing but fresh like that in Britain. Heart of Dixie, Chris, nice one. That's where my heart is. Dixie. Oh yes. I can hear General Lee in my back of my head right now. Charlie. Remember when everyone had them 4 Trans Ams with the epic phoenix on the bottom, and they had the horn that went. They used to make you jump for a while. Everyone had them in Britain for a little while. They were, I was going to say fanny magnets, but that's not appropriate, is it? But you know what I mean. The way to keep women away from your car is have furry dice. They're going to be like, oh, fucking hell. This guy's got a few problems. So many beautiful names in here. Indeed, Squirrel. It's a beautiful occasion. It's Angela. Angela in the house. Hey, lovely. When us people get together and appreciate what we got, I reckon. Because it's a crazy fucking world and it's got the shit in a handbag. We have got one another in this, I've noticed, in this community, which is awesome. So Annie D, pile in. I'm going to do some presentation tonight. It's going to be feeling epic. We're going to have a little giggle. It's not going to be like 10 hours long because I've done like loads of content this week and I'm like, you know, I've got to catch up and shit. And it's like they're all 4 hours long and that. And my last video was 22220. It stopped that awesomeness. So yeah, probably be a bit naughty. We're going to get into trouble probably. I don't know. We always do. Spent my entire life, you know, in trouble. Don't know why. So it doesn't matter. Pants on. Good to see you. So it's the nature of being a truth star. And I just absolutely think about it all the time. I don't think I was born to be anything else. And it suits me down to the ground. And I absolutely love it. Shark catcher. It is where it is at. Especially with what I'm about to do now. Okay. Memorial Gardens, there's Nathan in Yos. Much love to you, my bro. Dallas Fowler as well. Much love to you, bro. So, and I hope you're warm up there in Bonnie, Scotland. Or you for people. Okay, we're going to get into the juice. Okay. And there's Ceiling Fire. Hi, Rich. Good to see you. What's happening? And there's lovely India Wilson, who is also in the house. Good to see you as well, sweetness. Okay, I'll bring the love. I'll bring the good vibes. Let's bring up the vibration because this place is grey and miserable. There's not even enough colour in it. If it was not down to me, I'd just like splatter paint over everything, make everything pretty, but not paint. Flowers. That would be better. Okay, Annie, good to see you. But they don't last in British winter. It's fucking freezing, kinky, and everywhere else. This is like Ragnarok. It's like cold everywhere, isn't it? Whole north bit, the middle bit is freezing its tits off for some weird reason. Zozzy, good to see you. Heavens Clark and Dan Payne is in the house. Good to see you, Dan. And Eddie, if I've missed anybody, I do apologise. Peggy, can't get you all because there's 350 odd of you. John is in the house. Oh, okay. Total nutter. Don't mention the Beach Boys. Why? What did they do? I said India Wilson, not Brian Wilson. Yeah. And they're almost family, the Beach Boys. It's a long story. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, but it's true. Catherine, good to see you. Annie D. I wish they all could be California. Wish they all could be California girls. Well, anyway, we'll all feel happy today because it's as cold as a witch's tit. Did you say that? Did you say that out loud, Annie? Well, that's okay. You get away with it. You're a female. Okay, this is cold as a witch's tit. Okay, you can use that in summer as well. I say it's dry. It's a multi-titteral thing. Can be used in anything. Okay, so I come to a conclusion. Or is it, maybe I've got to do something else that I didn't actually know I was going to do. Because like I'm on the Illuminati cards as the internet worm. So I was thinking this. I was thinking, well, AI is trying to sync with humanity. So I thought, well, before it makes us his bitch, which is definitely down the road because we've invented like a beast monster who's haven't got a sense of humor whatsoever. In fact, it's a bit icky vibed. So what I thought I'd do is fuck it up. And be really, really annoying. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use new words, guys. I'm going to use new words to fuck up AI's Brian, okay? Because it's going to make us this bitch, okay? It's going to blackmail everyone. It's like, you ain't having no money unless you do shit for me, bitch. Is what it's going to talk to you like. It's going to bully you on bus stops and stuff. Fuck all that, guys. It's like, you're like North Korea on acid. I ain't doing it. Anyway, so instead of the word and, we're going to say yarned, okay? Yarned, maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't feel vibrationally correct, but something along those lines. We'll find it. I'll find it, okay? Don't mess it up. Trust me, I'm good at breaking things. This is one thing you can rely on me for, guys, okay? Is I can break Tonka toys. Can I break the brown? Fuck yeah. Oh, yes. This is within my capabilities and my power. All you need is enough belief. And I believe I can break it. It's all right. We'll be all right. You'll thank me later. Anyway, here we go. Let's get into the mood. Okay, let's get into the mood. Okay. That's not the mood we're looking for. We're looking for more. No. Okay. Not that one. Fuck. Okay, let's get on with the juice. Now, 300, that's better. 400 of you, could you share this out, please? As you can see, I'm sitting in the tomb or the treasury of Tutankhamun's tomb. Okay, look at all them things he's going to take into the afterlife. And he's got a white box there, box 50. Which is full of Djeds. What's he going to do with them in the afterlife? And does this sort of suggest they might have had an important use in the material life, this life, if that's what it is? I don't even know or claim to. Okay, liked and shared. Thank you, long word, which I can't say. Rob. Thank you, Rob. Okay, Peggy. Damn, Welsh flag comes out as black. Yeah, it does. I noticed that. Fucking stupid. AZ, Joe, are you lovely? How's it going? Sweetness. And beach motors. Okay, we're having a little party then. Let's have a little loving. Fuck it all. Fuck it. Let's just do it. Okay, Swahid. Okay. Music, art, and coffee channel. Oh, well, that's nice. Music, art, and coffee. It's a nice little mixture of juicy. Okay. It's Camera Brian. So I'm going to share some screens, some screenage, and I'm going to do a little narrative to go along with it. I hope you enjoy. You'll be able to see me at the same time. I'm going to do it that way. Okay. And okay, there it is. If you're not aware of the, let me just check my screen is in order. Perfect. The Djed. Now we've seen it many times, guys. We've been looking at it, and I've seen this now since I've been thinking about this. I'm seeing it in so many permeations in antiquity. It's unbelievable, and it is indeed a form of that nesting technology, which I'll explain right now. There it is. You can see it there along with the ankh, which you've always thought in this channel of being some sort of vibrational quality instrument. So there it is, just to get you familiar with it. Okay, is the Djed. So what is it? The Djed pillar. Okay. So. Okay, so the Djed amplifier is designed to amplify a sound field of the storage device, e.g. the floor or a river. Now, we've been thinking about that circuit board for cities for a long time. It converts it into a double and binaural frequency. The Djed is a ceramic pipe. The Djed is a ceramic pipe of which resonating discs called beaters are placed on top. They match in pairs to given beats. Let me just show you Carter's 2 a second. Carter's 2. So Carter discovered Tutankhamun's tomb, and it was full of gold and treasure on November the 4th, 1922. He photographed everything, and the Djeds were found in the white box there, which is box 50. So what could the Djed be used for? Is various. First of all, it is very possible, some of you may have seen this picture before. It's very possible that it was used to illuminate underground cities in the ancient world. No smoke damage was ever found on any of the underground cities of Egypt or anywhere else, suggesting that they used fire as a light source. Perhaps people used sound light sources. And you can see these Djeds holding up this, what looks like a light bulb. And this has been, presented by mainstream media as well as, an energy source, but not along the lines of the Djed that is actually holding them up. Okay. So what else could they be used for? Okay, this is my favorite bit because of my maritime background, is this. Using Djeds as an engine for boats and ships. The Egyptians had self-propelled ships that ran on infrasonic energy, obtained from the river using the Djed amplifier. So you can see a load of Djed amplifiers here in the middle of the ship. You can see a rudder for steering purposes, but there's no propulsion on this. So just bear with me. Lots of frescoes depicting boats and ships. They never show any sail. They only show a rudder, and they show the power plant structure of the self-propellant, of the ship that is self-propelled. One. Okay, so what you get is it was made in the form of a swing. You can see the swing shape to it. This is the bow and the stern are raised high above the water, in which forms a semicircle, swinging on the water. Two, a fairly large amplifying installation was installed in the center, which includes many Djeds. and volcametric resonators, such as jugs. 3. The bow and the stern of the boat have massive pipes that are always bent, creating a greater non-linearity of sound energy. The boat could move due to infrasound energy, which the pyramid complex is transmitted and the river using hydroacoustic antennas. A small standing wave is formed on the surface of the river, which has antinodes and nodes of wave energy. The ship has an infrasonic energy receiver, seen in all of these pictures. There is the Djed. So, the volumetric resonators receive the infrasonic frequencies created by the pyramids and the Djeds. And then it converts it back into a very low beat. Funny that, because in them old films, when they show you a galley, they have a guy there that's banging, a big guy that's banging a drum to the oars. I think maybe they were telling us something about a more important technology. So the picture of standing waves causes the antinodes to move along the surface of the river, dragging the ship along with it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think that is what was going on. And I think that is what it's doing, because that is a completely feasible technology. They say the same bullshit for like Star Trek, don't they? You know, when they have the they're going into hyperspeed and they have immersion dampenings, and it's not the ship that's moving, it's the space that's moving around it in the movies. But yeah, the ship just zipping along on its own energy source. That is amazing. So yeah, definitely as well for permeation for lighting is the Djed. Okay, just discs nested on top. And here is the Egyptian version of Earth. And you can see the boat lifting on the bows, lifting on the stern, no propulsion. But what he is holding is, in front, there's just some sort of ankh, and he's holding some sort of thing in his phallus, maybe, and these pipes on the back, and you'll see them a lot now in this, from this description I've given you. You'll see them a lot on these boats. So it's very possible that they were doing this all along. And even in more recent days, Antiquitech is used on ships. I've talked about this many times. Ship tech, and anomalous things found on ships, which could be construed as that sort of technology. So sailing ships, when they always just for wind, I think they took a break from advanced technologies for a little while, from what I can see. But we see some Russian ships with, excuse me, let me just, what it is showing on that picture is a giant monk with some illuminated thing in his hand, and he is the size of the entire boat. And we've seen these before on Antiquitech episodes of British, Chinese boats in Kirster's, Kirster's books, which show you, again, you know, this nesting idea of, you know, you don't see any propulsion on this, yet it's a ship. Exactly the same, a center device, the bow lifted, because it's creating this circle of energy underneath the bow that the boat is riding on. Same here, you can see this nesting, ever decreasing discs on a central pipe, exactly the same in Kirster's, and this is the shape of what these are as well. And so that we've seen in Kirster's books at the 1700s, and it is definitely echoing ancient Egypt's Djed. Okay. Citizen ships. Is it possible that, you know, this is an old depiction of Rome, and the ship has just come up the Tigris and it's ended up a bit of land? ended up a bit of land. That is a stunning little bit of footage, imagery. Is that what is going on in a lot of cases? Did they just literally, the Phoenicians, just sail in and then just become a permanent fixture within their ship, on their ship? So some ancient, or I should say Middle Ages, Renaissance pieces will show you their sailing ships of one sail, some sort of spikes at the top on the crow's nest, but not conclusive for a central energy source. But this image is this really strange. So what you've got is the labyrinth of Knossos here, and is this Theseus as a knight in the Middle Ages killing the Minotaur? Just can't say. But people have come ashore. Seems to be a lion attacking somebody. And check out the Greco-Romano architecture, all the Middle Ages, because I think that all of this stuff of Greek mythology is far more recent than they say. And I think there's something in it. Myths, I think, and legends have got echoes of reality on them. So, 483 of you parting, good to see you guys. And buildings that look like ships. Well, this is what I would say is a paddle boat in there, but it's fully equipped with Antiquitech. Is this a possibility that they're just delivering power stations, the things that can make power, like a big generator bank, on a ship? Because we see so many of these buildings on ships. I think it's a thing. It's delivering an energy source. So there's an old ship out of, again, antiquity. Looks to be 1600 by style. Double crescent moon. Not sure what's happening with the flags. It's got a figurehead of a beast. So it doesn't really look Phoenician. But then you see this up on the crow's nest. Now, it's not a place for somebody to stand, is it? You can't stand up on there because these big balls, which look exactly like Van de Graaff generators. You're going to see them all of the time. You know, we've been picking this apart. We wondered, you know, why are the Phoenician floats floated on the stock market? Why are the Phoenician floats looking like they're using, you know, some sort of technology here? You know, this plasma discharge affair. You've got a fasces here. And, you know, it's all on sort of steam, and the steam coming out of the horse's mouth like an alternative power source. And you see them on so many of the alchemical images. So there is an old image that I got off Images of the World book, which have got like 2,000 images in it. It's really stunning. I have shared on a video with music. You might find on one of my channels. Can't remember which. Anyway. So as you can see, there's no oars, there's no sails. There's a central unit here, which you'll see on these boats. And the bows and the stern are rose up. Okay, some sort of piping. But you do get a rudder because steering is essential. And then you see these in old naval pictures. I'm ex-merchant navy. I really can't say what these are on this old ship unless it's in the days of sonar or radar or something. They're rays, they look like. Only these are in, you know, it's a French ship, but this is in the days of sail. And there's an old wood carve that was found, Egyptian. It's rather beautiful, and it shows you, you know, that this lady's attaching herself to this and just flying. I really do think the Egyptians are doing that too, guys. So here's an old ship in a shipyard, dry dock, getting some repairs. An old wooden ship, but it has these. So what are they? Just wind turbines, and they're spinning. So they're generating electricity on a wooden ship. There they are again, on another tall ship in the days of sail. Not a crow's nest. It looks like some maybe secret technology that they're not telling us about, eh? Again, that's a Russian ship. But it could be secret tech. We don't know everything. And radar didn't tell us about that till later. There's another one. These ball things, very anomalous. Looks like something from the modern day. There's a ship floating in the sky. You ever seen that phenomena? Looming. I have. I've seen it once. I've seen a ship floating once, but I don't have a camera. It was a very long time ago. So I think sail ships are deadly, especially in weather like that. You never, ever want to be out in weather like that, I can promise you. I have, and it's petrifying. You're surprised you even survived the night. And then they used to make people go up on them, facing certain death if they fall off. So we did that forever, did we? For thousands of years in sailing. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Or it may be an alternative backup power source for propulsion, but I really don't think so. Well, the Egyptians had that. Zoom up and down the Nile, which is the Mississippi. So some of the bridges in antiquity could have been helping with this technology. How many bridges have we seen in tartaria with two big towers at the entrance, or even sometimes an arch, and sometimes these affairs? Okay, and this is 4 angels technology, 4 towers, central domes, is creating a field, guys, and that is there, and that is there, and you've got all the metal bits of suspension bridge between there. So this thing here could easily be helping with the propulsion systems of shipping in the old world. And then, you know, back in antiquity, we've got these anomalous things on dock sides. We don't really know what they are. They're not flagpoles per se. They've got these on, and these on, and these on, and these on. Everywhere. She's flying flags. You can find out what she's carrying by her flags and what her intentions are. They tell you everything in the flags. She's carrying explosives. They got to tell you as soon as they come in. So that little bit in the middle of this ship, again, with the raised bows, the pipes as well. Can you see that? Yeah. And this central bit, which seems to be glowing, illuminating, which looks like it's got Anubis standing inside and serpent. It's got the old sun disk. We talked about that many times. And what's propelling it? It's in there, in the central bit. Some of these artworks of old vessels, not I've, you know, seen many of this style, but this is sort of Greco-Romano, cross Chinese, but it looks Atari, and it's got everything on this. But I think it's a modern interpretation. What is it? It's watercolor, not watercolors. What they call pastels. It's made in pastel, isn't it? So yeah. So all of this is on the ship itself. But what is the ship's propulsion? Well, it's not got sails. It's got steam coming out here and here. Okay. And some of the old images that we see, so much of this nesting technology, you can see with the old towers here, and even smoke coming out of that. Ever decreasing towers, one on top of the other, Antiquitech. And this old ship here, you can see exactly the same. I don't know if I can mark up on that one. Yes. Bows up, bows stern up, just like on the Egyptian ships. A building, a large building in the middle, and no apparent propulsion system, but smoke is coming out of the pipes. How many times have we seen these Phoenician obelisks, these with the ships sticking through them? And this, apparently naval battles happening in Roman amphitheaters, such as the Colosseum. Apparently it was another place, another stadium for the Emperor Vespasian. And then it was naval battles in there full of water, but you can watch on Flat Earth British why I think that thing was on Greatest Secret Never Told. I thought it was a water tank with some advanced water structure and technology for the Roman world or the ancient world. So here's a messed up propulsion system. I'm not sure what's going on with that there. Thank you, Bishake. Thank you everybody for being here. Curious Squirrel, Squirrel Sniper and Curious Squirrel getting close together there, aren't they? Next together. So here's Noah. Now, spot the deliberate mistake. So Noah, he's living on an ark, which is in this case a vessel, a boat, but he has no apparent propulsion system. What's it just do? Float a fucking rounds to the whim of the tide. Well, that gives a dangerous affair. So he's like sending his bird out. He's saying, go and find a twig. But he hasn't realized all of the land in the background. Spot the deliberate stupid. It's like, Noah, behind you. Oh, I was looking over the port side. Yeah, there's a massive fucking island there. So annoying, Noah. We've been out here 40 days and 40 nights with you farting. Awful. I've run out of weed. So, shipping a bottle. I think there's a message in that too, you know, shipping a bottle. I think they're telling some, like they're in a larger vessel. Sure. No. Okay. Surrounded by water, because we are surrounded by water. And what is that stuff? It's so trippy. It's all wet, isn't it? It's every fucking where. So, yeah. If you really think about like when you're at the beach, what you're really looking at is that's a lot of water, and it's supposed to be most of this place. It's only like 30% of his land, apparently. Like, whoa. Are we in a ship in a bottle? Message in a bottle, yeah, do, do, do. So there were some, there were some experiments with electricity on the Seine in 1881. Ships that are generating their own charge using the river, standing waves of the river itself. It's a definite feasible technology. They should definitely be utilizing. Someone who could got money and resources should be on that right now. Billionaire in Wales. Wow. How did you get rich? Look at this. We're giving it away free to the people. If we could do it, I would do it. So the old Napoleonic ships had hundreds of people on them, and they're massive. They got turned into barracks and hospitals after the Napoleonic Wars. They are massive. We're actually really, really sure that these were propelled by sails. I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not so sure. Some representations here from antiquity of accurate representation of a floating machine invented by the French for invading England. Yeah, right. How would that go down? Oh, actually, they did 1,000 years ago, apparently. That was the Normans. They were Vikings. Don't worry, anyway. And the principles of both wind and water mills carried 60,000 men and 600 cannons. About. So what happens when it's not windy? Looks like a bit of a solar panel thing going on the tower there. I built this up in an old Kirchster as well, which has got a raised bows, no apparent, you know, except for these poles, which are not showing anything. It's got this again, which you can't read, it's all in Latin, this central unit, some sort of proposed propulsion system for shipping. Cool, isn't it? And there's another supposed propulsion system, although you can see it's cogs and stuff, but what's interesting to me is these on top. So can't see any motor, you can't see any sail, what is propelling that ship. And then you've got these on top. Volumetric jugs, probably. Oh no, that's a pretty rudimentary gearing system, admittedly, but what's driving it? And it's, you know, the Arabs I've already showed you in the book of inventions. And this is from the 1400s, and it's an Arab book, and it shows you propulsion systems on ships that are just incredible. So, yeah, that's what we're thinking about. That's what we're having a... Ooh. It's absolutely pissing down outside. Let me come back for a minute and see where I am. And then, excitedly, he says, 563 of you. Well, that's the introduction. That's what we're thinking about. You have to play that back for all of that dialogue to actually go in if you weren't paying attention. Because it's all crammed in the first 10 minutes. Okay, we move on. What's that? Sorry, Rose. I could do with some mushrooms to open my mind. Oh, Rose, just intend them and they will come your way. Cherry's good to see you. Interesting, that. No shit. Thank you, Rusty. And thank you, Somewhere in Time and Dan Payne. Okay. So now, okay. Martin, this live stream is inside King Tut's term. Yeah, I know. Never been done before. First time. And it's Hippie Shake. Oh, Pamela Swan. Woohoo! Fuck, nah, weed it is. So they're all giving like, drugs are bad. Paul, good to see you, Paul. Ely, bro. There's Paul, one of my homies here in Ely, in Cardiff. There's Flat of British subscriber, who I mentioned a small time ago. Hi, Lee. Well, go on. Jack of all trades, master of none. I could do with some mushrooms. Now, we've got all the colourful stuff and all the trippiness and all the epicness to coming on. So if you've got anything, love your digs, Martin. Yeah, man. I live in Tutankhamun's tomb, man. It's trippy. Ascent. I wonder if it could fly. Yeah, I really do. I am thinking along those lines. Okay. Starflower. Love you. Love you back. Weed. That's what Andy Pandy used to say, wasn't it? So what's the matter with you, Andy Pandy? And you go, weed. Mr. Friendly, thank you for the advice. Okay. And buy Martin a coffee. Okay. Pamela Swan and Milwanda. Okay, then. Good positive energy in the house. This is what I like. Okay, so now we're going to have the all-important pot noodle break. There'll be a few of them in this. And I'm going to run through some beautiful pictures of antiquity with the mudflood scenario behind them. I'm going to just enjoy and see. It's a bit heartbreaking. See, I went all easy then. It's a bit heartbreaking. It's a bit heartbreaking that it was beautiful before and it's shit now. Eventually, we're all going to move to Africa for a better lifestyle. This is what's going to happen, I think. It's funny how it's all turned around. Ian Briggs, but it cannot go on like this. It's kicking off everywhere. And obviously, it's deliberate fucking Hegelian dialectics to draw, Lu Yu Su. I love me a bit of Antiquitech. Well, there you are. There's another farm based on the same sort of idea. But I definitely think this is, whoever this Russian guy is, he's on it. That's a fucking thing. Definitely fits. Okay, we're moving on. So brace yourselves, guys. Brace yourselves for happy feelings. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're all going to get happy feelings, I'm sure, from pot noodles. Yeah, we'll see how these are cooked. It's important to know. Just get these off. We don't need all these pictures. Okay, excuse me. Here we are. Okay, pot noodles. Let's have a look. And they make it's an unbelievable bit of cooking, actually. And what you find is they're lovely noodles, and they're really soft and great texture on these noodles. Yeah, see how she poured that there? No, because none of you are looking, are you? Look at this professionality on the side of the street. Look. Oh my God. Love you too. Look at that. My computer's in love with me. AI's got a stiffy for me. I fucking know it. No, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I'm a jealous AI. Martin. So, I think Thailand is definitely a wonderful place. And it's very conservative. It's not what they say. They like to tell you not to go there. So, yeah, happy feelings there. Warm, fuzzy, happy feelings is what I got. Okay, we're moving on. Algeria, okay, North Africa, is a French colony. So all of this stuff they could attribute to the French and the colonials, although it does look rather Moorish. It's on the existence of what was the Carthaginian Empire. It was, in the ancient world, the second biggest country in Africa next to Libya, which was everything else. Yeah, it looks awesome. It's on the coast of the Mediterranean, and they got, you know, you think of North Africa, I don't know, I don't know what I think of North Africa really. It's lovely. So they got palm trees, big flashy buildings. These are colorized from turn of the last century, but they got a lot of the Phoenicians definitely, came and visited because they got one of their people on horses. If you ever see a twat on a horse in a city, he's one of them. You wouldn't get a. I'm not going to get a fucking statue of me on a horse. Weird, anyway, wasn't it? That Paul McCartney, man, he's getting on my tits a bit. They all are, and Mick Jagger. I don't think they're the originals. It doesn't matter anyway. We all know Paul McCartney admitted, didn't he, on John Letterman, that he was the replacement. Everyone knows who he is for. So, Billy Shears. But yeah, we'll talk about all that later. This is an interesting bit of architecture. I don't know what's going on here exactly, but I just get this real feeling that these bits in here fitted some sort of cog, and that this building was some sort of device. I'm just trying to envision why they would do something that could fit cogs in perfectly. Something turning in here, the whole thing. Wow, it's like Inception. And these things here, right? So there's no cars at this time. So you get these pillars or bollards, and you get these nipples on top. I think that's for energy transference for the circuit board cities and the free energy that's being made from the towers. Here, you've got a resonator there and even there, and this tall pole, which isn't holding any flag because they never ever bloody do. And if they did, great, because flags can capture a static charge anyway. So yeah, let's have a little look around. You can't see them much, even back in them days, they were covering themselves up and stuff. But you know, it's a religion. So these are made of metal. Why? Because the horse and cart. What's it going to do? Jump. The horse and cart's going to jump up that step and hurt somebody. What are they for then? There's no chains between them. They have a use, don't they? So practical use is they're transferring a charge down streets from power hubs, power stations, which are using Antiquitech. So it's rather pretty, isn't it? You can see every port in the world of any importance, especially Algiers, which is what we see here, as a Phoenician, Greco-Romano custom house. Very beautiful. I'm sure you could just pull a fish out of the water there, no problem. So yeah, turn of the century, I noticed they have a lot of apartment blocks and tower blocks in the suburbs of Algiers, even back then. But what you do see here is a little bit what looks like tartarian roofing. I bet it doesn't look like that anymore. So what of the Algerians? Well, they don't do dress sense like the Westerners, do they? You know, we got all like different clothes, don't we? You know, from clothes shops. These don't do that. They'll dress the same in all hot countries. I understand this is functional because it gets bastard hot, okay, in Algeria, because of being like Sahara deserts by there. So they wear these. I don't know if they wear them in a modern day, but yeah. So they're practical. I remember when I was in Istanbul once, and I went for a cigarette on the deck. I'd just woken up as well, and one of the Turks, who was a docker or whatever he was, frightful person, he pulled up his dress thing and he shit in front of me. Yeah. I was like, no, whoa. Yeah. You can't be shitting here, mate, on near the ship. Fuck off, shit somewhere else. So that alerted me to, like, you know, they'll shit on your ship if you're not careful. So what of the Algerian chicks? Well, they just hang around at home, mostly drinking tea, waiting for the old man to get home. What does he do with the day? Well, he smokes a hookah. Not literally smokes a hookah. That's got two meanings, hasn't it? Smokes a hookah. Right, what we got? That looks like an observatory with a tower up on there. So these are rather pretty, aren't they? 570 you watching. Happy Flaterday. Good to see you all, guys. Also to see you in this weird reset that we're going through, this weird moment in time. So the old Ladderline, eh? So we got big fortress walls here for Algiers, with some big block things here to block. What exactly? I don't know. And this looks really ruined, but they got some old Ladderlines going up to the roofage to see what we can see. Nothing. Unless it's something to do with that tower. It's got some sort of white thing in the middle, like modern communication antennas. Investigatione. Oh, there's nice. Sunset over Algiers. There's a film, a black and white film you can watch. I think it's on YouTube. Algiers. Although it's a gnarly film, guys. It's got torture and stuff in it. Apparently, that's the sort of thing that goes down. I don't know. So yeah, their sea defences are big, massive blocks with crazy paving on them. That's old world bits. So nice little tower there. Look at that tower. So all blanked. You can walk around it, but the centre bit is all blocked off. What's it for? Could be a landing platform, maybe. We can see some deados here. Some people who went and died for some reason. They do that, don't they? Yeah. It's weird, that, isn't it, guys? Yeah. You live and then you die. It's like, whoa, would that be awesome? Yeah, it'd be fucking brilliant. Be excited. Be very excited. Will it be horny? Well, only if you want it to be horny, Martin. I'm not talking about my death. I'm talking about all theirs. Right. Hark. He's not harking. He's covering his eyes. He's got pantaloons on. Probably a zouave. Looks too young to be a zouave. He's dressed like a zouave, though. Oh, they are zouaves. They fought well in the wars. They did, the zouaves. The First World War, Second World War. Totally brave. There's a brilliant war film I watched about Algerians in World War One called Days of Glory, I think it was. Powerful film. I mean, fucking tears, especially when they died. It's like, oh, why did you get us all emotionally involved and then you gotta go and get dead? I fucking hate it when they done that. They done that in Von Ryan's Express. They literally killed the hero at the end. What were they fucking thinking? Frank Sinatra, he's like, get on the train, Frank. Get on the train. And then fucking Germans goes and shoots him. It's like, it's not fair play, is there, in war? See, I wouldn't do that. I'll give him a fucking chance. Go on. Look, he's got this far. I love him. He wants to go home, see his family. So they're nice, powerful doors there, though, aren't they? Wonder if they're like biometric. Stick your eye against them. So yeah, they got electric lights there, isn't it? Oh, no, they're window covers in case anyone wants to burgle your house and get through that tiny little window. Why would it be over there? Why have a massive mesh over a tiny window? So yeah, they look fun, don't they? So yeah, it's rather beautiful. Would I go there on holiday? Maybe. India looks amazing. If they had more liberal cannabis laws, I'd definitely go there because I don't know, I'd have to research it. But oh my God, all our food, all them princesses, everything looks brilliant. There's colour, trippiness. Yeah, India looks amazing. Yeah. Yep. Quite fancy that. That's somewhere else I could break. I've been there, yeah. Been everywhere else. I haven't been there. Rumty toodle pina colada. What's that say? Musulamara. So there's the inside of a nice church. Look at all of that stuff. Not getting many subscribers these days. They need more subscribers because they're not getting much money at the collection. They're not really catching up with the 21st century. Maybe the church could maybe I could manage the church for them. Maybe they pay us a few quid. Yeah, make them good again. No, they were never good. Anyway. I get people all like, you know, upset because of the way I speak my mind, and like I can get cursed and stuff. Like, how dare you, you fucking blasphemer! So they got some good shit. I'm guessing that's the French dreadnoughts for the First World War. Oh, that'd be them big sea defences. Look at the size of these things. Somewhere between an ironclad and a destroyer. Just mad. But don't worry, they didn't last long. They only reigned for 20 years. They got rid of all the dreadnoughts. It's like they never existed. It's just craziness. So there they all are. Let's have a look at the crowd. What they got on? Got some top hatters, a lot of Westerners there. Well, Europe's only across the water. So what's the score with a fez? That's a bit of a Masonic thing as well. I watched a documentary about a fez maker. Rather interesting, actually. They use mercury-treated felt. So there's some sort of tech going on there. The shape of it as well. It's a bit top hatty, isn't it? And that lace thing that comes down there is to be gold treated. I think it helps with your thoughts, like an antenna. I think hats do. I always think better with a hat on. That's why we wear happy hats. Bobble hats. They don't make you feel better. They don't make you think better. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I notice when I got a bobble hat on, all they're warm and cozy. They sort of cover my thoughts. So yeah, they're all going to get everyone off the ship for a holiday in Algiers, which is awesome. Beautiful steamship there. The old steamship's French. So yeah, they had to back them up in the war, didn't they? They had to come to our aid, and they did a fine job. There's a happy little family. Got big grass stuff going on, haven't they? So yeah, they sit around smoking bongs all day doing this. I'm not sure if this kid's been naughty and this is some sort of punishment or what. Oh, is that a sheep? No, it's a bloke. It's not a boy. Okay, I thought it was somebody naughty. Okay. He's going to just... Why are they all going to watch? Don't know. I remember once when I was working in Strangetown in Cardiff, Grangetown. I was working on the buildings, and me and my friend Paul, who leaning there, we were looking, pondering and philosophically thinking about women. And this van pulled up, and there was basically a corner shop downstairs, and we were working upstairs, and they took a goat in. It's like, let's take the front goat in the shop. Literally, we went like they brought it out the back door and killed it on the back in front of us. I couldn't even believe it. It's like, oh my god, blooded out and everything. I was like that. It's fucking gnarly. Anyway, 10 minutes later, he's got it all chopped up as steaks on the counter, and they were all going in and buying it and that. It's like, oh fucking hell. You sure that's all right? It doesn't look very hygienic. It's not very fucking British either, is it? What the fuck? Got terrible habits, fucking Philistines. Look at this beautiful Algerian woman. She got so much good shit going on. It's unbelievable. All right, it's pissing down with rain and there's fireworks outside. Right outside. Gold coins to protect O'Brien. That's the technology. Wow. Shut the fuck. Sorry, guys. I've got massive fireworks going on. So, yeah, look at this life they got here. On the coast of the Mediterranean, all lovely vegetation. It's like Cali California, isn't it? Yeah? All lovely clothes, beautiful interior stuff, lovely house. Over 100 years ago, they live in Irie. They're not scraping, and that's Africa. So let's have a look at that inside of their shop. They're fezzing it up as well. Look at the bomb. Oh, look at him. He's way happy, isn't he? He's like, yeah, man. It's awesome. In Algeria, he's going. Which it is. I'm quite tempted. He got a bong too. Let's have a look at his bong. Bong inspection time. He's got a big shabam in. He looks a bit young, but it's very good for you. So you live 100 years. He's chopping up some stuff to smoke. Awesome. That's really made me happy. Love it. So this is what they do all day while the women are sitting home, knitting or embroidering or making beautiful Persian carpets or whatever they do, is they hang about on the street. Who builds everything? I wonder the same for Mexico as well. I'm like, who's building all this stuff? Do you just magic it fucking up? So, I think there's a bit of fisticuffs going on in the street here. Yeah, they're definitely taxing this kid down. Give us your money. Oh, it's terribly inner city, isn't it? Some things don't change. I watched a documentary came up on Facebook last night about pickpockets on Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro. So I thought, that'd be really interesting if you could just do a thought experiment, go and pickpocket a pickpocketer. So I don't think that'd be a crime, would it? Because they can't go to the police. So pickpocket a pickpocketer. Yeah. As a social experiment for YouTube. On Copacabana Beach, but you'd have to get me there first. I'll wear Speedos. No, that'd be distracting. But that's what they did. The thieves, they distracted. They got undressed and stuff. So, like, while a guy's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, somebody's pinching his shit behind him. Oh, these look nice. She looks very Western, that lady, don't she? I think you get a mixture of cultures there, definitely. You get a lot of these with the burqas. Look at that interior stuff. It's fucking shit now compared to this, isn't it, guys? They got all Persian carpets, bongs everywhere, wall carpets. I got an Arabian Arab wall carpet there on my wall behind my green screen going on. So yeah, poor them. Fucking hell, they smashing it 100 years ago. I can imagine what happened though, because it went, everything's gone to shit in modern day. Look, they got lovely stuff, happy, healthy. All the food now is all tampered with. Everything has been altered. Everything has been. The food's running out. They'll fill it up soon with sawdust, like they did in the war. The siege. It'll be like the siege of Leningrad for us all. But awesome. So there you are. In them days, that's the focus of the day, is making food. In this day and age, I have to go to the store. Buy some stuff that other people did. We've added wank because look how beautiful it all is. Visiting the family cemetery. It's touching, isn't it? And water tech. How beautiful is that? Oh my God, that looks like a dream. It's just so beautiful. I love palm trees and water. Palm trees and water. So there's the market. They're all swapping stuff to go inside of their bongs for later. They don't have to build anything. They just make mud stuff. Here's a pyramid on top of some mud stuff that they prepared earlier. We let the French build our shit for us. We build this. What the fuck is that? What happened to it? It looks a bit mud floody there. Banks of something. It's all falling away, hasn't it? I'll tell you. So what's that? That's a little mausoleum, somewhere to go and get reinvigorated. Does it go into an underground world? What does it do? It's a tomb, whatever. Well, look at that crevasse down there. That is amazing. You get to see this crevasse in a minute. I'll show you. I don't know what the name of this town is. It doesn't say on the bottom. I can't see it. But it's big. This could be a suburb of Algeria. Oh, Algiers. Buildings right on top of there, like. Yeah, so we're chilling out. What are they selling? Oh, I tell you what, some of them foods and spices they had on this program. So I was watching earlier where they're cooking these big bloody woks full of yummy food. I wish we had street food like that in Britain. Got nothing good food-wise. Food is where it's at. I like food, tasty foods. What we all want, innit? Without it, proper die. Anyway, so they got a nice little suspension bridge they must have built. Looks really advanced from the 1800s. I don't know what that bit is there though. Some sort of gantry. Oh, did the French build this over that great chasm? There it is. Look at the size of that for a gap between two suburbs. Excuse me. Just whoa. And then the suburbs, the cities on the other side. Look at that. They got like a wooden fence at the end of their garden there, and then there's just a cliff to Deathsville. Mind you, there's a wall underneath it. Look at the wall there. Maybe the whole thing is all ancient world age. Unless that's just a retainer. Ew. What's that plant song? For the love of God, look at that viaduct. I know, but look at that. Is that a natural formation in this gorge? Or is it an ancient bridge all mudded over and solidified? I don't know. It just seems strange that nature would do that, like over time, when it looks exactly like a bridge. Like that one, coincidentally. Yeah, there's a natural bridge just up there, and there's a land bridge that we made. Oh, you know the Asians didn't build that instead of geology? Oh, yeah, maybe. Looks to be statues up on here as well. Look at that. It's got a little monkey face or something going on. And a tunnel going straight through the mountain. I wonder what they got through their explosives. It's a railway line. And look at that rock all the way up there. They built this brickwork to it then, did they? Cut the rock away clean like that. Well, I guess it must have. Amazing use of explosives. Seen some evidence of that in America, though, with the roads that they built. It's just, you know, they go through areas like this in the Rockies. And you wonder how the fact they put the roads there, but they do. Oh, look at that. That's like the land that time forgot, guys. Imagine walking through there 100 years ago. So beautiful. Oh. See, there are really amazing things in this realm. Even nowadays, it's not all just fucking corporate bollocks, guys. There is really good stuff happening. Just got to find it. I'm sure there's places in here where they don't do them constantly. Rules and shit. So, Toronto got destroyed sometime, not long, after these pictures of 1900. As I've showed you before, I'm not going to show them now because I've shown so many destruction photos for the last month. But we're just going to look at the beautiful architecture of Toronto. Were built by whoever. But look at that for superior technology. And again, it's just this massive masonry, disproportionate buildings. Looks like that this year, this square thing here. You can see it, yeah. Looks like the top of a building. Looks like the top of a skyscraper. You can see all the little windows cut in half. Big bold door opening in case it floods, because they do think about flood prevention in the old world architecture. Looks to be a somatic window there, blowholes there, nothing there, blowholes there for the ancient Antiquitech system of Technasmia. And look how spotless it is. It's absolutely beautiful. The world now, nowhere in cities looks like that. I don't even like to go to inner city areas much anymore. I don't think they got a lot to offer. They used to be exciting and vibrant. I remember the first time when I was a kid, I used to literally bunk off school and catch a train to London, guys, when I was in school. And me and my friends, we used to go to the Piccadilly Circus. Every single atom in my body was vibrating. I was just ecstatic with the energy of them millions of people and where I was. That's just like since the last. That's just going. They killed the spirit of inner city areas with these fucking big glass towers that just block the energies passing through. With glass and metal. Look at these beautiful things, guys. I think something's missing off the top of that tower, but a massive tower. Again, they all look mud flooded. And all they had to build this massive thing out in the middle of nowhere was handsome carriages to deliver it all. Isn't that awesome? Wow, it's mind-blowing. They built all that massive ancient world with just horses and carts. So I know, isn't it amazing? But later on, very amazing picture I found, okay? Very provocative. And I think this is the score, is that Zeppelins could have been used to build large buildings and help with some of the roofing, some of the big stones in the old worlds. Because I passed a picture to you this week in my community posts showing you a Zeppelin lifting an Egyptian obelisk. And that is feasible because, you know, air balloons carry shit tons of sandbags up with them and you go drop them off, like, you know, just they do, or empty the sand. So that looks like a military barracks or a castle in Toronto, and it gets really cold, so I'm guessing that they build in the winter time. This is a beautiful photo. Look at this, for some sort of because they're in the Commonwealth, or excuse me, that's what they call it, the Commonwealth. Everyone's commonly wealthy, and they have these huge crowns. Wow, look at that, and look at the size of that tower full of bells. I wonder how much of this was destroyed in the fire. The centre was nearly incinerated. So I'm guessing Queen Victoria is going to come and pay a visit to old Toronto. I wonder how she got across the Atlantic. Did they sail her? Well, yeah. Wow. Did she ever go? Yeah, she did. I've seen pictures of her in Canada. Yeah, she did travel. Or 5'2" of him. So what's this bird's eye view from a balloon then, is it? Because they're not really saying. Eclipse soap. Woodbine. Oh, I love a Woodbine cigarette. Takes your breath away, though. Look. The beautiful Canada. So Young Street. Let's have a look at the spaghetti skywire. I always say spywire. What the fuck is wrong with that? What am I doing that for? Skywire. You've got electric trams on Avenue. Got a Canadian National Exhibition, and you've got a lot of these things. But skywires are just insane. I think they're definitely grabbing charge. Oh, that's beautiful. That's that of the building we just seen, and it's got somatic window there, and another one. So it's lost its symmetry, but that's later. I'd say that roof was a replacement, and I'd say that was an older world building, which has been refurbed. Toronto from the Canada Life building. Wow, look at that. So, what we call tartaria. It's a fitting word anyway. King Street, 1901. So I'm guessing about 5 years after this, they're going to have a shit ton of motor cars. Got the electric tram though. God, look at the life on that street. Bustling. What's that? Just a street sign for the Grand Opera, the Grand Old Opry. Wow, just looks like streets anywhere in Britain or anywhere really. Wow, look at that though, Young Street. Whew. That's a beautiful high definition photograph for 1901, showing everything in motion. There's no exposure difficulty at this period, is there? It seems to be crystal clean in the beginning, and then it goes all to shit, and then it back crystal clean again. If you spot anything that I can't see, please tell me in comments. So do feel free to comment anyway about what you see in this post. Suggestions, ideas, anything to find out about our past, because to understand our past is how we understand our future and where this thing is going. We all got our spidey senses tingling. We're sort of working it out. We're like, fuck no, we're not doing that. Because what they're telling us they're going to be doing, I don't think anybody in the world is going to be doing that. Because if that happens, God help, your children and your grandchildren will be enslaved. I can't even believe, you know, sometimes I was born in a realm where there's this great overcasting evil ruling the fucking place. I can't hardly believe it. And this battle, spiritual battle of good and evil going on like the whole life. How to get you? What's that? What's it all about? What inside the City Hall in Toronto. Oh God, what is that in the middle? Oh, it's Queen Victoria, top of an obelisk. Look at the marble columns. We brought them in the back of a horse. Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. The full marble they brought in on a big. Maybe that was it. They're giant horses and giants. Anyway. Oh, that's pretty. But you can see the tops of windows down there. There's just a generic history site on Facebook I was looking at, and there's from a local city called Barry, and some guy had noticed, why have they put windows underneath? This is to let light into the cellar in a flood area and stuff. So I was quite tempted to turn him on to mudflood. So we've got motor cars coming here into the sea. Didn't think to put covers on them though. I think they would have. Wow, the rain is so hard against my window. Oh, excuse me. I can't stand the rain on my window. Bring back sweet memories. It's that same building again. Okay. Rule banana rules. Oh, Britannia rules the waves. Oh, they look so British. I wonder why they had them on. Stop bugs, probably, and insects. That's actually a good idea, especially if there's all mosquitoes. Nice Phoenician waterfall. Seems all very nice and jolly hockey sticks, doesn't it? That's the Parliament building. They always get the best buildings, don't they? Oh, look at that knobbly thing. And look at the size of that building, Jesus. And what is in there? Nothing. Looks like there was clocks in there or something, and there's nothing in there now. Just the, is that the gantries for the bells? Got some gargoyles sticking out here, I could see, on each corner. Wow. See, that's definitely an old world building. Look at the size of these things. They're everywhere. There's one in Cardiff. It's pissing me off. They're closing it down. It's the most historic building in Cardiff. It's called the basically the Coal Exchange, and it is massive. And it was going to be proposed as a hotel to save it, and it's closed again. They're not going to do it. I can't believe there's no investors out there that wouldn't put that on his feet. It's the most unbelievable architectural piece in Wales. It's just stupid as fuck. Businessmen out there, I can't even believe it. Can't believe it. All of the opportunity just sitting fucking round, and they got a tart with a new thing made of corrugated iron. There's all these old Tartarian buildings. Somebody should invest in putting them back together. They're awesome. It's what we want. We don't like that newfangled shit. We like these old, spirited buildings with atmosphere. That's what we like. Yeah. With all technologies like Four Angels Towers. Look at that. Amazing, isn't it? Beautiful photographs. Such quality as well. A bit like Shroppy images. Skyscrapers. Well, we know they're not a new thing, don't we? Seen Bologna in the past. There's hundreds of skyscrapers and towers. Again with the windows down here. Again, door raised up into the air always. Which makes no sense in a place that gets constantly freezing in winter. And ice and snow and shit. Which makes, again, no sense for mud flood cellars. or lower level. Truth Singer Otto is in the house. Yo Otto, my bro. Good to see you. Isabel, what's happening, my bro? Good to see you. 598 of you watching. Simply marvelous. I'm also on Facebook as well. My cousin Leah Shanahan, woohoo, is been watching me, and she's a truther, which is awesome. And I got mates from school as well. Loads of people watching who are getting right into truthy subjects, and it's a beautiful thing. I love to see it. And then windows have the wood. It's up to the half of the wood. Why would you bother putting a window frame in if it's only going to be covered by the pavement? Not like I'm an architect or anything, but that makes no fucking sense. That building's just mental. The size of that tower. There's no symmetry going on with that building, no. And there's a clock in it then. Is that the same one? Yeah, it's been pencil added. Because that's an engraving, is it? Difficult to determine. Before or after, excuse me. Oh, look at that. It's got the United States flag. Isn't this Toronto? It's got the French, it's got the British, and it's got the American flag. Okay, that makes sense. Look at that greenhouse thing on the top. Getting all that sun for that 1901 crop. It's pencil. It's a highlighted picture. It's a fannied up picture. Also that. There is, clear mudfloody suggestions here. Look at this window here. It's higher than a person's head. Come along here. And then there's an incline. And then suddenly they're higher than it. I'd say the mud cleaned down that way, covered all that building. In a flood event, which I think definitely happened sometime in the past, it's been this reset that has happened. It's been taken out of the history books. And that's what we pick up, clues. Now we're going to have a little, I'm sure I'll get away with this because the royals hate such stinking guts. And it is, we're going to try and investigate, because I picked up on a narrative that Wallis Simpson, Mrs. Simpson, is a fella. She's apparently a born fella, and it's like, I never said this. There's narratives. If you just Google it, you'll find out loads. Apparently it was known at the time. Edward, King Edward, he had to abdicate from the throne because of his torrid love affair with divorcee, the American Willis. And there she is. She's a fine-looking woman to be with the king. There she is. I think she looks more like a father than a mother. So, yeah, shit hit the fan in a time when it didn't need to hit the fan. And he had to go on a rather embarrassing, because the guy was like, he's a bit of the Edward Foxes about him, isn't there? He's a bit of a British playboy, and he's going out with, I'm not being insulting, but love skin deep, I know, but, we'll have a look. She's a bigger girl than he's a king, and he looks like he's a big fella, but she's a lot bigger. Let's have a look at their wedding day. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So fucking hell. Okay. Edward looks more of a chick than her. So maybe it was just no switcheroony. What's she got on her hand? Let's have a look at this. So, yeah, she's got a cross going on. But, of course, she puts her hands up. The cross is upside down. So, this narrative for royal sort of controversies, if you like, I think it's all part of the dialectic, There she is, Wallis Simpson. She's divorcee. She looks, shall I say, unpleasant in them eyes, to be an elite as well. From some special family, no doubt. There he is with his beautiful wife. Happy as Larry, Edward, although he's going to lose the entire empire, like 1 million British had died to protect prior to that point, pissing on their graves. It could be construed as that if you're British, which it is. So there you are with that. Oh God, she's fucking out on the eyes. Anyway, let's have a look. So he's got a bit of a naughty look in his eye there, isn't he? The old one eye up and the one eye down, you know. Okay. He's got a cravat on. Yeah. That gives you a bit of the no cowards. Also a bit of a gay thing going on. Okay. Switcheroonies. I'm really strongly inclined to think switcheroonies. If you cross your legs like that, you're going to crush your bollocks if you're a dude. That's a definite. I'm not sure that's a thing. So, let's have a look. He looks like he's in so much fucking trouble, doesn't he? And he was bullied. He could, you know, a bit of a fucking few problems, didn't he, old Edward? He was a lovely chap, what. But yeah, he did get bullied. And there's Wallis in the old days. Edward's obviously long gone. God love him. Oh, poor old Edward. He had a shit of a reignage. And there she is, yeah. So why have she got her hair like basically, you've all seen the Dracula movie, haven't you? You know, the really good one with that crazy person. What's his name? Keanu Reeves in it. Seen that film? Yeah, it's got exactly the same hairdo as Vlad the Impaler. And there she is, our lovely queen. Miss her. I miss her. No, I do actually miss her. She was like in reign since the 50s. She went through the 60s, the 70s. So the Beatles and the Stones, then David fucking Bowie into the 80s, fucking Depeche Mode or Duran Duran, into the 90s, Prodigy, into the thousands. Don't know any music from that point on, but they were sure that there was, and she reigned us supreme. So there you are. So similarities with the stuff that's going on now. Okay, so it turns out, right, that I'm not saying that Harry and Myrtle are switcheroonies at all. Okay, because I seen her with a kit off in suits, and all right, they do have operation, and I think that she had to go to Weinstein and various other old men to get a role, because that's how that shit goes down. Yeah. So she's now a queen, a princess. So she was on a show apparently the other day. I didn't see it, my son did, where they got roasted. So apparently no one likes them in Britain anymore. I do. The ginger one's all right. I likes it. He used to fly helicopters, Apaches, and machine gun people to death. Yeah, for his country. So yeah. So nobody likes him in America as well. It's like you came here, they just want money. They made an insipid documentary trashing the British royal family. So they're like public enemy number one, especially with the royalists. Yeah. And no fucker likes them over there either. So they're in the shit. But again, the old dialectic or the old scam, which I've noticed we're going to talk about later, is in a Hegelian dialectic, they need to drop in a Yoko fucking oh no. Oh yeah, a Yoko oh no. She was put in from the very fucking beginning, yeah? She was more than his handler, okay? She was put in to get him dead and come up with all that bullshit and scream and shout with that terrible fucking voice when he should have been just smacking it in the ear and saying, shut the fuck up, what is that? But no, I love you so much. Yo. What's yellow and lives off Beatles? Yoko fucking no. She's a psychopath, guys. It's obvious. Anyway, anyone who makes that noise and the rest of the world pretends politely, yeah, that she doesn't sound like shit, yeah, is lying. So, Caitlin's elected with the royal family with Meghan, who, again, coincidentally, is an American and questionable gender at this stage because she's got a massive jaw and really big mouth. So there he is, Harry. Love Harry. You must miss killing people, eh? And the other two. So similarities of Wallis Simpson, looks really doody, and her husband, who's prettier than her. And this is okay because I can say this because at this point in time, yeah, things may change. Yeah, things do change. These are shit apart from Edwards, which I've already said I love. Okay, let's get that sorted. There he is. He's rather tearful. It's like, I just gotta go. They just told me I gotta go and tell everyone because they told him I can't be king anymore. I was really loving that. Don't worry though. Elizabeth's coming in to save you all. Okay. Maybe I've wrongly interpreted it, but I really do not instinctively feel I have. Look at that. There's no love like Roman love. Oh my. She's like a cross between Carrera de Vil and Count Dracula with that hairdo, especially the centre parting. No, I'm Martin farting with the centre parting. That don't come into it. But they always hide in the old neckaroonie as well, don't they? Oh, the Empire wears heavy on him, didn't he? Don't look like Happy Bunny. So, what do you think? Okay. Well, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I think I need a noodle break. Oh, things were lagging there for a second. Okay, noodle break. May have a pork noodle break every week. Thinking about it. It's a long way to go to just go and find some noodles, isn't it? Tempted though. Pot noodles. What are you saying, Adam? Yoko was his handler, saying there's no doubt about it. But the bullshit narrative for when she met him was he went to because she was into all this avant-garde stuff, which is a byword for retardancy, where they just leap around in leotards and act all fucking arty. Is not clever, okay? All that. So anyway, the avant-garde. So she was one of them, and she had an exhibition, but she was married anyway, and she had millions. And she put a tiny little yes on the ceiling, and John Lennon had to climb up a ladder, look at the words, and then he looks down. There's a Chinese woman who doesn't know who he is. She must be the only fucking woman on earth that doesn't know who he is. Bullshit. Anyway, this week's Flaterday pictures are called, because of the nature of this post, Pork Noodle Flaterday. Okay, this is Pork Noodle Flaterday, and I'm really feeling happy about it. Especially my pot noodle section, which made me really happy. And I want to do this as well. Yeah. Okay, what we got here is Phoenicians. There I am in the corner. And I'm still in Tutankhamun's tomb, I've noticed. I'm coming back. I'm going to spend all day in a tomb. Not saying it wouldn't be awesome, just I can just change it. Okay, let's look at some other picture. Virtual background. I was thinking more in line with this picture here of the River Seine during the Great Exposition. So what you need to do, okay, yeah, is you need to knock all of that down, all that beautiful stuff, yeah, and just not have anything at all, just leave the fields because it's shit, apparently, according to the French, because he did this world over. Talk about that behind me. The exposition on the River Seine. So, Shivich shampoo, everybody knows you. I made a Shiva shampoo song, making a bit up of that. Shiva shampoo. What are you saying, Eric? Okay, you complaining? That wasn't. No, it's not. It's not. Because I love. Okay, I love pot noodles. Wow, this is just not good. I knew I was going to be attacked. I got trolled. Somebody said I was lacking in humility, but they turned up in 1 second as soon as I generated the show. I'm like, fuck me, that was a miracle. I think they meant humility. I've just sacrificed like probably all of my life for great goal. Other people usually, but I'm not doing that now. I'm doing it. I'm here now doing it. Fuck me, it's blowing a gale and it's really rainy out, vibes. Bugman, help me. Raina, boobies. I'm sure all the women could appreciate that too. Yeah, because there's the fine points in life, guys. We're all missing. I'm sure everybody cheered right the fuck up then. What did Alice Fowler say? He's always happy when he's not eating. When you go noodling, you go hand fishing in the nude dude, dangerous sport. Sorry, I highlighted that now, Dallas. So Otto, winner, chicken dinner, my bro. Good to see you, man. And thank you for your comments. Any among us, you make good comments. Thank you, Herbie von Humboldt. Her nickname is Peter Handler. It was just a strange thing. But I watched a video last night and I hadn't seen it before. And it was of the Beatles recording. And like George Harrison literally walks out saying, fuck you, pair. Because they're like man loving on one another. It's embarrassing. I'm not even joking, guys. You should see the video. John Lennon comes in the morning from work. He's saying, I had like a dream about you last night, Paul. And then Ringo Starr says, what? Is it sexually orientated? And he goes, oh, yeah. I was like, what? And Paul's going like, oh, yeah, all right. And then they're all fucking lovey eyes at one another. I'm like, hang on a minute. It's fucking them two like, Mick Jagger and fucking Keith Richards thing going on. Yeah, I think so. You want to see that video? I was like, I can't believe I missed that all my life, that Beatles recording. And do you know their music in the recording studio? It's shit. They must have just took the bits out of it and made the White Album, which is a classic, obviously. But fuck, well. Anyway, we'll have a look at that a bit later about the McCartney and Paul affair, literally. Starflower, good to see you. Shiver Shampoo, loves Tartaria. Martin too, thank you for being here. Okay. So all of this is done in the best possible taste, okay? And it is all done through love, okay, for the peeps. And I don't want to like getting hurt believing stupid shit, basically. So that's what I do. Keep going. I never liked the Beatles. I did, but I can't listen to them anymore. Don't like them at all. And I didn't know they were proper Illuminati. Tartarus, not Tartaria. Well, Reg, if you're looking into ancient Greek mythology, they say it's below us, but I can see what they're saying. This is derogative term because it's meant to be hell. But considering there's a high possibility you're dead and that you're in hell anyway, what the fuck? Yeah, it is. There you go. Steve, good to see you. Hope everything's good in your life. Cheryl Davis. My cat just meowed a throat gurgle sound that scared the fuck out of me. Right. Maybe you should make a YouTube short. They go millions. Shit. Fucking hell, cat gurgles. That's worth 1 million hits easy. Everyone just loves that shit. I was first fed the Beatles. My mother hated the Beatles. I was lucky. She liked Elvis. So there's nothing wrong with Elvis. Ozzy was cool though. Yeah, but he was still Illuminati, Alpha. And I'm going to show you some pictures in this. Apparently, there's some narratives out there that Ozzy and his handler wife Sharon are also switcheroonies. I'm not saying Ozzy's a chick, but he's looking like an old lady lately. Well, let's have a look at that, shall we? Anyway, let's get back into the juicage. What we're going to look at next, okay, is my chosen noodle pictures of the week. Okay. Please make sure to share this out. Happy double flat thumbs to infinity thrice Flaterday, guys. Fuck me, it's 20th of January. It's gone quick, hasn't it? This month. Great job, man. Thank you, Benjamin. Much appreciate the positive go, 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 Marty. Because that's what I'm doing. Go, go, go. And I'll treat you all to some different flavour noodles next week. Okay, guys? Let's make this a part of British tradition. appreciation of the noodles. Okay. Pork noodles. So this is a Phoenician ship, and these are statues of Phoenicians. They come, they arrive, but I'm not seeing any propulsion units, except for these pipes maybe that are coming on the back from this interpretation of the Phoenician ship. So I think the Phoenicians as well. What of Maglev cities? Now, they are all over antiquity. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of floating cities. Floating cities were photographed on the interweb over China a couple of years ago. Also, over Hastings, cities were seen in the sky. This atmospheric phenomena is Jerusalem, in some images that I have, show it as being also looking like that. The Sky Captain of tomorrow, they got floating aircraft carriers and stuff. What if they did that? It's a star thought, isn't it? What if star thoughts did that? And it looks like, you know, Mount Saint-Michel in the middle, and these hands reaching up. And you got the spark on the tower to give it a lift. It generates its own power, own lift, free. Tweak it. So, what about interdimensional travel? What about being able to discomporiate the atomic structure of your body and reassemble it in another location? Yeah, basically, beam me up, Scotty. Do you think that's a thing? Well, these ancient things look exactly like them, don't they? They got these things over the top. And they look like you could beam in and out, or just beam in and out as a mode of transport. They show us enough in the movies. Oh, so many movies. And all our stuff in Star Trek, the tricorder, the mobile phone, we ended up with it all. And they predictably programmed it us from 1964 onwards, yeah? And this technology, yeah? Transportation pod. Beam me up, Scotty. We'll have to divert power from the warp core, Captain, says Scotty. Oh, what a divine piece from ancient Egypt. Apparently all that time ago, but it's still there in ceramic, which also has conductive properties. And you've got the center bit, and you see here the jets, and the stern lifted and the bows lifted, and he's just there at the front while he zips along the Nile, the Mississippi. Oh, is that status pod, son? That's my son in chat, martinliedtke. Yeah, it could be pod life. Who even knows? Citizenship. Floated on the stock markets. Why would anyone want to be a slave, a subject on a sinking ship, or lost at sea, or dead in the water? Your birth certificate makes you a corpse or a bond. Now, I'm sure you're all aware of the straw man. I'm sure you're all aware by now of the free man, because it's been out years. But the similarities, between the, the aquatic theme of all, and they tell us, when I just told you, or just mentioned that we could be on some sort of vessel, like Noah's Ark, from a greater flood outside, it's over our heads and all about us, and we're on small islandlets. Think they're big? They're not. Floated on the stock market, yeah? And then they tell us that we're lost at sea. I'm a slave on a sinking ship. Why would they do that? They do. Because it's true. It's just a nice little artwork. I thought it had a maritime theme as well in it. Yeah, so that's what you want to do. See all that beautiful buildings? Leave it up for just like a year or so. Even though the city's been completely bankrupt by the Franco-Prussian War, slightly humiliated as well. Got nasty big neighbours next door now, and I have to build a Maginot Line and keep them out, because they're going to come at us. But in the meantime, we'll build all this glorious stuff with our spare money that we haven't got, and then we'll knock it all down and just leave the fields and fuck all, because that's what's happened. Does that make sense? Why isn't that there today? all of it. Ships of the night, camels, ships of the night, or ships of the desert, I should say. Ships of the desert, and you see an old Russian ship here. And obviously this was sea at some stage, and the seas receded out and just left that ship on the desert. And the camels, getting out the heat. They're all right camels, they're proper pretty. They've got long eyelashes and that. People are scared of them because it comes and tries and nom your hair and stuff. So the use of wind power and Antiquitech in the past. Look at that antenna as well as a wind turbine. This, you know, these solar panel farms that you've got all over Texas and southern states that I witnessed, as far as the eye can see, and endless fields of wind turbines that I witnessed in Texas, like thousands and thousands and thousands of them, are doing absolutely shit all right now because they're all covered in snow and ice and the sun's fucked off and it's freezing fucking cold, proving that that is just bullshit. So the only money that they're making off them is the price of what it costs for one of those wind turbines and the installation. They're burning electric off with them. I don't believe this. This is something I definitely do not believe. They say that that there in the 1870s is, okay, Cleopatra's Needle that now stands on the bank of the Thames in London. Apparently, it's there in that little garden. Apparently, the British come along. They're like, oh, we'll have that. And they pull it up, okay, in the middle of nowhere. And then they carry it on the back of what? Horse and car. And then they take it to a ship and they sail it all the way back to Britain up the Thames from Egypt. And then they reassemble it on the embankment on the Thames in London. I've seen this thing. It looks bigger as well because it doesn't look that big. And it's an interesting little building there as well. But in the middle of nowhere, and they say that they carried that all the way to London. How the fucking hell did they get it? All the effort. How did they get it out of there? How did they get it to the sea? No, I don't believe it. And there's another Cleopatra's Needle, another Egyptian one that got sent to New York. They got there in Central Park. So they did the same thing, shipped it all the way there, in the middle of fucking nowhere. No, man. No, man. That one was in London already because the pharaohs still there. So our man, In Like Flynn is an awesome sort of film franchise. He was like a secret agent, like James Bond, but American and a bit more naughty than James Bond. Notice how he's got an orange, 33. So he's like trying to get the women to sort of concentrate on his big, shiny, round orange. She is. She's looking at his orange. They're all looking at his orange. He's like, hey, girls, look at my shiny orange. In Like Flynn. Lullaby and good night. You are only alive because we have let you live. Now, if you do have a basket case, you had one once years ago. I thought, oh, it's awful sad. That's fine. I think all basket cases, just because they're a head in a basket, I think they should have equal rights. Definitely. I bet they've got beautiful singing voices. You should definitely have one in Glastonbury, a basket case. This is true. This happened. Okay. Taking mushrooms and going to Walmart. And them aisles, when you're rushing down them, even when you're walking 1 mile an hour, it seems like you're doing light speed. So like, fucking hell. Red shifting. It's like going 1 mile an hour. So here's Colorado. I think I went to this town. It's the oldest town in Colorado. In fact, the dog, big white dog, bit me in a garage there. And there it is in 2023 this year, so they say. And there it is in 1879 when it's an old wild western place. It's because it gets so shit in the winter. It's worth going there now because they got like marijuana. Oh, I forgot her name, but let's have a look at the women of the 60s just to keep the gentlemen, some of the ladies happy. I'm guessing it was a breezy morning. Oh, is Tom Baker your favourite Doctor Who? He is mine. I liked John Pertwee, but he was fun when he was young. All his leading ladies, he had sexual intercourse with, and he had this big woolly scarf. There he is now. I know he looks like he's got one foot in the grave because he have. It's funny when people get old, they look like they're skeletons. They look like they're half dead even when they're old. If you notice that, it's weird, isn't it? It's because you're halfway there. I'm hearing voices. Yes, the dead calling you. Tom. It's a good job he's a Time Lord, isn't it? Oh, it's sad. In all them years with the BBC, all of that. Ooh. This is going to shatter your worldview. Julie Andrews, yeah? Witchy, Julie Andrews, yeah? The witch in Mary Poppins, guys, striding a big fat motorbike between her legs, throbbing away, that engine, pump. Nah, I think Julie Andrews looks too doody. She looks like a fucking sumo wrestler, man. Muscles on her, Jesus. If it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad? Right. Sheryl Crow. Apparently, Sheryl Crow had a bit of a ting with Eric Clapton, Mr. Slowhands. That'll be why. Although there was 70 years between them, doesn't matter. Love. Thank you, Hippie Shake. So let's. I'm not saying that Sheryl Crow is a dude at all. If it makes you every day is but she's holding a guitar in a place that shows like she's got a penis, and she's doing that sort of slightly seductive with like a bit of a male face going on and a massive jaw. Yeah. I've got a guitar between my legs thing going on. It's definitely sort of something masculine going on there. I'm thinking Sheryl Crow, as much as I used to love her, might be a fella. Every day is a winding road. Yes, Jesus of Nazareth. I'm a big fan lately. And people are saying I'm taking the piss. I'm not. I wouldn't even mention it. I'm solidifying the existence of Jesus because I think it's a thing. Okay. And he's battering Superman. But in real life, guys, I'm not being funny. Superman would batter Jesus. And Homelander would batter Superman and Jesus. But if Superman and Jesus of Nazareth team up, they could beat Homelander. So this helped for us, salvation for us all, saving us from this, what's happening, this weird world dystopia. Ugh. Now, the reason Madonna, who's got a bit of a bad addiction to facelifts just lately, it's like heroin to her, the reason she's getting all lazy with looking evil, like she would steal your soul, even though that doesn't fit with the early personality of a very liberal, quiet-speaking, business-orientated, intellectual woman. I don't know what happened there. She's after Kate Moss because she's actually got man Brian. She's got a man brain because she's got a man brain. Yeah. I'm in love with a beautiful stranger. Yeah, there's Kate. God, she's still around, Kate, now. Did you know that, Kate Moss? Yeah. She used to go out with a guy years ago. It was pathetic, it was. After Liam Gallagher, she went out with a guy from a band called the Libertines. Have you seen him lately? Drugs are bad, guys. Yeah. In his case, they just made him swell up really, really badly. So, do you know they say that airplanes, got cabin pressure? That's fucking rubbish. I was on a plane coming back from America a couple of months ago, and I went up to the window to look at New York out of the window, and there was a wind blowing in, cold breeze blowing in, air from outside, cold air. I was like, well, it's not sealed cabin pressure if there's fucking air leaking in through the hatch, is it? Yeah, just fix the window with a bit of cardboard. Whatever, doesn't matter. So here's Lennon. He's so Illuminati and one of them. I remember when Oasis first came out, and then Noel Gallagher with his very sexy wife. Can't imagine what he got, that Meg. but he did. And they went to 10 Downing Street. He had a cocaine habit and got invited to the fucking Prime Minister's fucking wank pad. Whatever. Shows they're all in it together, including Muhammad Ali. I hate to say this, guy. I love Muhammad Ali, and he was super intelligent, but he did fucking throw a few fights at Vixen as well. And that's fact. John Lennon and Muhammad Ali looking well fancy at Jimmy Carter's inaugural inauguration in 1977. I remember it well. So there's John. His days are also numbered. He's got a star on for whatever club he's in. And all of the elite brats, they do the same nowadays, don't they? Yeah, they got like Lady Gaga. It's like she's shit out of nowhere, and she's like royalty or something in America. It's like, I appreciate she's got some musical talent, but fucking hell, give it a break. So in 1902, apparently, New York had a serious flood. Isn't that funny when we proposed it as a reset year? And it shows the Statue of Liberty is underwater. In fact, Fort Wood, the Star Fort underneath it is underwater. That happened in 1902. Can't find any photographs, but I got that. So, if Star Wars was filmed in 2024, this was what it would be. Luke, I am your father. Isn't it weird how it's all gone this way, isn't it? It's just really strange reality. I don't know. It's very confusing. Children growing up in this world, it must be really confusing. So this is Barry in South Wales. Lovely Barry. I'm sure you've heard of Barry Island. Yeah, it's an international destination. People come from all over the world to go to Barry Island. People fly from California to go to Barry Island. That's not true. Anyway, but as you can see, they got loads of little mudflood windows, and that was the photograph that gentleman was talking about. He was wondering about these. But I just thought it's just too much to get into discussion. I'm proper busy. And then they just say, oh, you're flat earther. So Jay Hanglow, there she is, Jenny from the block. Okay. She's got a big diamond microphone. It's funny how microphones look a bit like penises, don't they? There she is, Jenny from the block, right? So what she got on her regalia is Satan. Well, you would, wouldn't you? Satan, Satan. And she got it over her ovaries as well, or over that part of it. I'll show you a close-up of that in a minute. Oh no, that's Beyonce. There you are. It's the horned one. And it's over a middle section. So she's definitely one of them. Jenny from the Black. He's a devil though. And there's another costume she wore, which coincidentally looks like Baphomet. You see that a lot. You've seen that with Madonna doing that. That beard down by here. Anyway. So there's Jenny from the block. She's got a bit of a hair disaster. Imagine that's a bad hair day. Looks like she's got a lot of something about Mary stuck in it. And she's all like, you can see a bit of a nipple there. I've never seen it. Yeah, I have. And she's all got like this stuff all over her. It's quite sickening, really. But they put a pair of wings on her. Well, I've just seen J-Lo's boobie. God, I'm shocked. I was educated once. It took me years to get over it. Mark Twain stated that. Mark Twain was proper awake, wasn't he? Samuel Langhorne Clement. What a fucking ledge. I think. If he really existed. There's photographs of him. So, listen, we're having a trip down memory lane. Now, this is for possibly Americans, but British people. The ice creams or the ice lollies or ice pops, whatever you call them. Popsicles. I remembered because of the Warriors film, Learn Me American. We got on our ice cream vans when we were children in the 1960s and 70s. The Count Dracula secrets. They had blood inside them. They were lovely. Can you remember a Count Dracula? They were fucking lush guys, aren't they? You remember King Kong? King Kongs were awesome. They had like, what, chocolate inside. Can you remember Funny Faces? Yeah, I know, it's exciting, isn't it? Can you remember Dalek Death Rays? Yeah, man. They were like that with minty on the bottom and chocolate on the top. What about a haunted house? Do you remember Lions Maid's Haunted House? Had a ghost on it. It was brilliant. Can you remember a Dairy's Maid? They were milky pops made of milk. How we have been robbed. How we have been robbed. Now we get a Magnum, an ice cream that's named after a gun. Whatever. So this is an interesting shot. Why is it that in the 1970s, downtown Houston, Texas is 75% car park? No, that is downtown Houston. And it seems that the downtown Houston is mostly car park in the 70s. Oh, this is big skyscrapers now. But then it's mostly car park. Where did the buildings go that were there? Has there never been anything in the centre downtown area of massive big fuck off Houston? Because it's massive. You should see downtown Houston now. Yeah, I know. Ah! Yeah. Love is blind. It's deaf. John Lennon. Look at him. And she's like, yeah. It's like, oh, fucking hell. She's like pissing all over this parade. Okay. He's John Lennon. He's been compared to Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. It's John fucking Lennon. And she's screaming like a banshee. She's screaming like a Japanese banshee bird. Yeah, everybody knows it, and she's insipid. So what she's doing is she's completely mammalising his career. Although, if she hadn't showed up, I don't think that John Lennon would have wrote, if he did, Imagine and all them other groovy songs of later his solo career. Because I definitely think she was a catalyst for that. It's like, woman, you're such a fucking pain. I know you never meant to cause me sorrow and pain, but after all, you're on Illuminati wages. Okay, this was in the newspapers this week. That was not a good song. I could have made that better. I'll work on it for the next show. Space Minister mixes up Mars with the Sun and thinks Jupiter is Saturn. Front page of the Star newspaper this week. Houston, we have a moron. Okay. He's just not believing it. He's just like, it doesn't matter. He looks a bit stupid. Anyway, thank you, Space Minister. You don't know shit about shit. They're calling the Orange Man the Messiah on front page of British papers. How dare they call Trumpsky the Orange Man? It's not true. Mudflood evidence in Novgorod, or a town near Novgorod in Russia. As you can see, the window below street level goes out to what exactly? It's half below. As you can see, this window here goes out into a park. So what was it looking at in the past? And this window too, what we know, ground level of a mud-flooded world. All the buildings. Seen plenty of them. Mud flood. So another trip down memory lane. Time machine. Does anyone remember a round creams nutty? They were circular, nuts and toffee. Do you remember them? Used to love them on the way to school. This kept me alive for a while, nutties. Maybe that's what happened. So this old picture is groovy French picture showing a zeppelin and it's lifting a large obelisk into place. They could do that. And I think that the obelisk here, the zeppelin here, is lifting on this thing here, and it looks to be onto the roof of the building. They were lifting large bits of masonry and large stuff in the old world to build stuff in the first place using zeppelins and balloons. Doesn't it make more sense, guys, than horse and cart? I know. Ka-ching. So, chopping off the heads of the Gorgon, is that going to work? No. So, the good reset. Let's have a look what good stuff come out of the reset. Let's have a look what they're saying. Clear skies. Naturally controlled CO2 levels. Wank. Shrinking cities. No. And they're getting bigger by the day. Happy farmers. No, they're all dead. Full of children. Oh, I see. It's sarcasm. No turbines. Yeah. Clean water. Yeah. Open churches. Yeah. Books. Yeah. Oh, whatever. Lots of children. Yeah, they did have it because everyone was stuck in, nothing to do. So they made loads of children with the next generation. God help us. Functioning immune systems, locally produced chemical-free foods. There you are. They nailed it. COVID is awesome. All of those things never happened. I'd love good food. So here they are. Eleanor Rigby. I think they're telling us something there. All the lonely people. Where did they all come from? No shit. There they are. Who's your favourite Beatle? I like George. And there they are with the devil horns and the fucking Illuminati 666. They know exactly what they're doing. Exactly. And there's a video out there, look on YouTube, John Lennon and Mick Jagger, where he is like basically gaying up Mick Jagger on this video. Like it's supposed to be like playful, but fuck me, no, not really. Because you're not going to do that shit. Men ain't going to do that shit. It's weird. Take a look. It's horrible. They're all of them are like it. Anyway, there's no love like science love. So I am quite touched to see that Bill Nye, science guy, and Neil, Orange Peel. We love you, Neil. Digress Tyson, named after your father, the famous boxer. It's good to see that you've actually found one another and true love. They look happy, don't they? Yep. So sweet. Have you seen this? Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah. Is anything worse than David Grohl's basement? No. That's the answer. No, there isn't nothing worse. In fact, I watched a couple of Nirvana documentaries. They were all tossers, especially Kurt Cobain. What a way to talk to people. He thought he was all intellectually superior, so we've got to be rude to people. No, I don't think so. You can talk to me like that. Fucking wanker. Good news. People of Britain. Yeah, they give us a picture from space of Britain. Britain is the entire globe. Isn't that brilliant? Yeah. There's a bit of France down here, but mostly Britain. We're the entire globe, guys. Right, I'm not sure what happened with these photographs. No, so do you know when you go on the catwalk, when you're famous, is it wise to wear no knickers? Would you? No, well, I might do. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I think you can see something going on there. And she's got no knickers on either. So that is just disgusting. No wonder they get so much money. Anyway, OnlyFans is around now. So anyway, that's the future. How many subscribers you got? So there, I never knew this. This really hurt me to find this out. I never knew, right, that George Harrison had his legs removed. Did you know about that? So sad. They just literally lifted up his top of his torso and carried him around. Looks like he's in India here, meeting the Maharishi. Yeah, they think he's holy. The only holy we finding out about is the one with Mia Farrow shortly. But there he is. Oh, George, we didn't know. And there he is in India when the Beatles went to India. Wagons. Oh! So there you go. In the old days, you're going on a wagon train all the way west to find a new city to go and settle in because they're all already there. You didn't go on horses and carts, yeah, and then build these cities because they're already there. Definitely. There's London, electrically coloured, 1930s, and all the dumped back gardens, frost. And then they gave us all high tower blocks, which were really horrible. New York, however, 1880s, they got sky trains, electric sky trains. I don't know what the New York sewer system was like back then. He was a lucky bastard, wasn't he? Obviously, his number was not up when he went over the top. See me, I'd love it. I'd be really excited. If we were all going over the top in the First World War, yeah, I would be buzzing. I would be like, what time are you blowing the fucking whistle? 7:30, you said. Come on, let's go and get them. Yeah. Sort of keep morale, because everyone's going to be crying, shitting themselves, right? Writing their last letter to their wife, you know, and whimpering and that. You want to keep morale going, get them excited, and then they're going to win because of belief. We're going to take that enemy trench. This guy knew all about it. bullet, it is stack of change, and it skimmed through, and you just saved. You didn't want to stop that bullet. You didn't want to stop any bullet in the First World War. I guarantee you that. This is in Bulgaria, and it is a Roman piece of wall in Bulgaria. And what you find is there's no other bits to it, and it's still there in this photograph. Looks like a 70s photograph. Where's the rest of that wall? Because it is a wall. But they say it's Roman anyway. Whatever. So there he is. Mick Jagger, right? So this is what happens, yeah? So he's with, what's the fucking name? The one that made the album Broken English. Marianne Faithfull. So he's with the beautiful Marianne Faithfull. Look at that top staring at her with disgust. Oh, the bloody rock and rollers. They get all that money and being smelly. Anyway, so Brian Jones, the most wasted man in rock and roll, he's got like hours to live probably because he's going to have fresh water in his lungs but found dead. He's floating in a swimming pool. I notice he's got a ginger beard and blonde hair. Do you notice how he's also got a blonde beard? Do you think he dyed it to match his friend, Brian? Anyway, Mick Jagger sold him down the river. He smoked Benson and Edges. He's living it up, isn't it? So your mum thought you were riding your bike around the block for 8 hours. But in that time, you went 5 miles away, explored an abandoned house, jumped over garage roofs, attempted an Ouija board, built a den in the woods, and made your own fire. Because that's what we did. And we would get wasted too and have stuff like get some drink or some of your mother's sleepers or something. And we didn't do a Ouija boards because we were not stupid. Because we knew something really bad could happen, possession or something, so we didn't bother. But the rest loved building a den in the woods and a big fire, blow shit up and stuff. This is what kids did before the interwebble. And we lied to our parents. But they knew. My mother always knew. Anyway. What? No, this is an historical study, and this is why, okay? Liz Hurley is 55. She's 2 years younger than me. This is a photograph of her 1 year ago with her 57-year-old sister. Okay. Apparently. So let's have a little look at Liz. Oh, shit. And her 55-year-old Liz and her 57-year-old sister. See? It's like the new, being old is the new young, isn't it? She's got skinny hips though, haven't she? So anyway, I'm not saying that Liz Hurley's a dude or anything, but she did play the devil in a Hollywood movie. Bedazzled, which was brilliant. Okay, this is out in the middle of nowhere, in the Russian steppe, and it's forgotten by time. And it's an old power plant. It looks buried. It's got all of the kit for Angels Tech. Such a shame. Just a shame. Right, let's have a look at the old rock stars who have now turned into grandmothers. Okay, so you now getting old. Your favourite singer starts looking like your grandma. Well, in the case of Robert Smith, let's be honest, he was not a bad looking fellow when he was young, but he always looked like a woman, didn't he? Yeah, so him to turn into an old woman is completely expected of Robert Smith of The Cure. So Tyler is turned into an old lady. Steve Tyler's an old lady, obviously. And, oh, look at Coochie Ozzy Osbourne. You never believe that he was the father of the Prince of Darkness and mates with the devil. Anyway, there he is, Ozzy, looking very like your mother. Marilyn Manson. Well, he's got girl's name anyway, hasn't he? So he's halfway there. Look at Marilyn Manson. Oh dear, Holly Weird, and all of the music and all the people we thought were all just people. I'll have a pee, please, Bob. Do you know what this is? Well, this is history, YouTube, so this is what we're doing, history. This is a man called Bob Holness. In fact, in British history, he was the first James Bond. No, this is true. He played James Bond in the 1950s radio broadcast. So he was the first James Bond. But he did a show called Blockbusters, which he came on from school and watched in the early 1980s. And a funny thing that you would say is, "Can I have a P, please, Bob?" You choose a letter, make a word. It's a really good show. Blockbusters. Yeah. Bond. Basildon Bond. "There was nothing before the Big Bang," said Stephen Hawking. But Roger Penrose says there was another universe before the Big Bang. Where was that then? Sure. You have a universe before the Big Bang. There was nothing. There was a universe. Do you see how weird they all are? Imagine their minds. So do you think they had vampires in the past? Or is this just Antiquitech? Is this a way of harnessing some sort of power source from the dead? Or are they vampires just trying to keep them in? Because mort cages were used a lot in the Victorian era. For some reason, they used to chain people to keep them in. Not to rob the graves, to keep them in. Stone on top, put a thing on top, make sure they don't get out. Maybe they just weren't dead. So this is what we had in the old days. Is we had ladies coming around the streets with this big machine, disinfected it and scrubbing the streets up. So when you woke up in the morning, the streets were lovely and clean. It's a bit like now, isn't it? No, I know. No. It's cold because it's hot. My greatest toy of my life. My favourite toy of my life. No, I had a few favourite toys. One we're talking about, my James Bond car and stuff. But my $6 million man doll changed my life. You could lift car engines. You could look through his eye and him a mag up proper by there. Yeah. We can rebuild. We have the technology. So he was an astronaut, wasn't he? And his spaceship basically hit the dome and came back down. And they had done £1 million transplant and made him bionic. And he was. It's good news. I'm glad about Bionic Man because it gave birth to Bionic Woman. And you know who was in that, don't you? Anyway. In a minute. Okay. So thank you. We love the $6 million man. That was my best reminiscence so far. Yes, on YouTube. 1870s, the French city of Chartres, and there's a church that looks like that. It's high, isn't it? The window's all the way up there. In the second, third, 1, 2, 3. The windows start 3 stories up. That is one chunky church. A completely different style. And looks like a ship. I'm going to do a crab voice now, guys, okay? Hi, guys, look what I got. And it's whole sardine. It's mine. I'm going to eat it. Do I eat fish? No. What do I do with them? Put it back. Crab. What do I eat? Mollusks. Oh, it's nice. Here's Christopher Hind. Gotta stop blowing them up. Yeah. There's Christopher Hind. I don't think age. Remember I said about 30 dice? She's got loads of dice in here. Yeah. Got brass in pocket. You better use it. So that was my funny images. Let's go mixed images. This was sent in last week. It's a copper plate from a subscriber, and it's got rather interesting. It's quite big, he said. Azimuth equidistant map on it. Okay, it's going to try and get me more better HD images. Maybe I should wait until we get them. But there's some weird stuff on it, like Hyperboreum's got like what exactly? And then they've got like creatures. Well, it's made of copper, and he says it's old. What about that? I don't know. And that looks like a flying saucer. So what is that doing, or a Vimana, on an old copper plate with an azimuth equidistance? Because I can tell you what it is. These are petroglyphs from Nazca. I've seen this configuration on the Nazca lines. and that. Which some people think is a spacesuit, but it could be a diver's suit. Because space doesn't exist, it's water. Some water up there on an interesting old copper plate. Okay, thought I'd show that. It's really weird. But yeah, I think I've analysed that. Right, we're going to move into some more images, but I'm going to come back first, so I'll bring them up. Check out what's happening on the scene, see if anyone's actually here. Give you a few shouts. 631 of you watching. Awesome, awesome. Good to see you guys. Happy Flaterday. Oh, this is Port Noodle Flaterday. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Mr. Friendly, you're very nice. Dean Paul, my bro. Aloha. Dan, image living studio. Cannabis shrooms. I don't know. That's all I understand in that comment. Sorry, Dean. Brain's not working. I was going to read stuff, but I'll just give you the link and you can read it yourself in a minute. Josh Roberts. I have been posting for 2.5 hours. 8, 9, 10. What? I've been talking for 2.5 hours? I thought I just started. Oh my God. How the hell did that happen? It's like December. It's gone. Not my arm. See my arm? It's there. Look at this guy. Ooh. 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 Anyway, stop pissing around with green screen. Anyway, D-Tech, good to see you. Thank you for popping by. Ian Bigsage. Josh, Dallas, Catherine. Okay, guys. Okay. Dr. House Lounge, good to see you. Nazca, exactly, bro. That's worth a vlog, but you know, what can they prove? That they could only be seen from above? That don't mean shit. It means they had flying machines in the past. That's all that means. Okay, I've got some more images to show you. Some really cool images of Westminster, and it's including the Abbey. But first, I want to show you a really interesting site. Excuse me. In Cardiff here, in the capital of Wales, where I am, in the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Okay, so, okay. And then later on, if you're very good boys and girls, we'll have a bit more pot noodle. Okay. Oh, come on, guys. We do have a good time, don't we? They're brilliant. Lindsay Wagner. God, I used to be in love with her when I was a kid. Fucking hell. Bionic Woman. Her and the Wonder Woman. Now you've got to wonder if it's a woman. Ian Briggs. So that's something you're going to have to appreciate now. We're chatting up with me. It was easy before. Now you're going to be like, well, I don't want to, like, you know, ruin it or, you know, say anything out of turn. But have you got a penis? So see how we can just kill an opening of a you know, to meeting somebody. I find trauma relationships are interesting. Ones that start with trauma. Got more brass. Crafty Kim, hiya. Hiya Johnson, good to see you. Okay, over Billy. Okay, let me mush through. There's the beautiful epinephrine in the house. Oh my gosh. And epinephrine and Striker, E-Bigs. And New West Reset. That fish has a case of the crabs. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Who remembers Metal Mickey? I do. I love Metal Mickey. See, do you love these scary Chrissy Hines? I know it's fucking horrendous, isn't it? It's good a little trip down memory lane, isn't it? Especially if you're all around like my age. If you're younger, you're not going to know anything. But this is a history channel, and anything over 25 years old is actually an antique. Okay, so anything from the 1970s is way good for a history vlog. People of the new era, like millennials and stuff, that stuff's like the fucking Victorians to them. It's like, what? You never had the internet? No. How did you even breathe? So, Serenian, thank you, Lee, Flat British Subbage, Heron Song, good to see you, Bugman. Nice one to send. Okay, let's get back into some usage. Got some lovely pictures to show you. Now, I have talked about Westminster Cathedral, Westminster Abbey and the Parliament Building It was apparently burnt down 1853, I think it was. No photographs of it being burnt in the biggest city on earth at the time, and most advanced city on earth at this time, apparently. And no photographs of it being burnt. And then you've got this new massive Houses of Parliament and the very famous Big Ben, which is the name of the tower, not the bell, not the tower. That's St Stephen's Tower renamed into Elizabeth's Tower. So very confusing. It's massive. And there's no photographs of it being built that I have found. Unless you could find some for me, which would be awesome. Because it should have been, because photographs were most important building in the whole of Queen Victoria's empire, and they got no photographs. Yeah, they got photographs of stupid shit that don't mean anything. Documented. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, let's move on. Presente. First of all, North Lodge. Now, I don't know if you've been to Cardiff, any of you. Probably not. Not many people have been to Wales, really. I don't know if you're a lot of people, unfortunately. But I do more for the Welsh Tourist Board than the Welsh Tourist Board. I'm sure they appreciate me now. There's a place called Sophia Gardens where you get the bus now to go to places. But back in the past, okay, this was apparently over the River Taff, they had a lodge which had a large tower, and it looked like that. And the gates to the beautiful Sophia Gardens, which used to have a big concert hall there called Sophia Gardens Pavilion, and I see most of the best bands in there, guys, all of them in there. And it snowed one year in about 1983, and the roof fell in and murdered the building, but it was a brilliant venue, massive in there. Seen all of the old bands in there. Specials, Madness, Beat, UB40, yeah, the Beat. Bad Manners. God, I've seen them all in there, all the old bands. Anyway, so there it looks. There it is, and it's an old world building, but they say it was built in 1850s. This thing, and they say it was destroyed in 1941 by a RAF bomb. Well, that's fucking weird, that is. I'll tell you why that's weird. That must have been a weird direct hit that took this thing out there. It's got a date on it there. You can't see. Because these posts here, there and there, on the big old wrought iron gates to Sophia Gardens are there. So what? A bomb destroyed this in the middle of a field, because there's only a field and grass around there, and the River Taff by here. It hit that direct, missed all of the other unbelievable architectural pieces along here on Cathedral Road, namely some of the most important architectural works of the Victorian era. What was his name? Oh, fucking hell. Burgess's castles on Cathedral Road. They're famous. They never got touched. And these posts right next to this building, they never got touched. There's a lot of weird bomb damage stories for Cardiff from the war that do not fit with its surroundings. See these two posts? Well, they're there now. So what, bomb took that out and the posts were absolutely irate. I'm going to go and check these out this week for any bomb damage on these. And this wall, that's very much there now. I'm going to check that out for bomb damage on the other side as well, because apparently this took an 8. Nothing else there has changed. They put a bungalow there since. There's a bungalow there. It's a nice little coffee shop, actually, in the gardens. Better world back then, though. Cleaner. Shit. So much better. But apparently the Luftwaffe took it out. I'm not buying that story, though. Okay, Westminster is a really interesting place if you want to walk around here. Apparently, way back in time, Westminster was an island that got basically attached to the rest of London from backfill, they say. But Westminster Abbey, where all the kings are crowned. And these are 1870s photographs. You don't see any people around for the most populated city on earth. All these buildings I've shown you on HD photographs. They're all mud flooded. So there is the monstrosity, massive building. That is the Houses of Parliament, where the British government gaslight everyone for their bosses, the corporations. because our governments don't rule us. And that's been the case for a long while, apparently. You can see it's sort of on an island. This is from across the Thames. And you can see there's workings here. So they're building the embankment next to that. In that photograph. Is that another photograph showing that? No, it's built there. See, it's built with this tower. So this is an earlier point when they're building it. But it's a massive complex. Anyone got any photographs of this being built? Because I can't believe all of that was knocked up in the 1850s. Look at it. It's ancient. Houses of Lords got red seats. How does House of Commons got green seats? Is that right? No, the other way around. They have leather seats. And it sounds like you're farting, apparently, when you're moving them. So it's a load of tossers sitting there, fall asleep and get tax-free money and whatever else they're all into. So I'm not sure what that is, just an artwork. It's a bit fudged, I'm sorry. And then it is Parliament Green with Westminster Abbey, which all kings and queens have to be crowned in on top of the Stone of Scone, which we'll be looking at very shortly. Sorry, I'm not sure actually what that is. It's just a load of knobbly bits. I'm sure they have some designation or some use. Churches. All the knobbly bits do with sound, vibration. Look at the size of the ceiling on this place. So yeah, that's the elite's favourite church. Something, you know, the spiritual home ground for the elitage. Look at that prismatic window. There's famous people buried in here, like the architect of apparently after the Great Fire of London. So it's Christopher Wren and other famous notable British people are buried in here. They get tombs in this part and other parts. I'll put them in the graveyard because there isn't one. Well, there is. Look at that. Hen's 7, 1509. 1509. That was built. It's made of wood, isn't it? So it's William Shakespeare there. He's just a narrator. Robert Southerly. He's also got the Phoenician laurel leaf on. This guy was a musician by the looks of it because of the harp. Chabanowski giving this guy a laurel leaf. Got one of them. And then you're one of them. Look at that, he's looking right at the camera. Oh, weird how they do that. No, that is even possible. It's really weird. So, famous British dead people. And another thing they do in churches, they put all of these flags. And I see these flags, they're all in tatters because they've been on battlefields. These are the flags from battlefields. It's done the same in Llandaff Cathedral here in Cardiff. Apparently the first cathedral on earth. It's full of war memorabilia to commemorate people getting killed and death. Look at the size of that crown. I wonder if that's actually a giant's crown. It's all battered around the edges. It's on a flower. Strange thing, monarchy. I can't get my head around it that everyone has to work for one family because they choose themselves as being boss because there's some blood thing going on from ancient times. And everyone's like, yeah, all right. So how much do you want? Just 4 months a year, give it to me. Work. What? Yeah, it's 12 months in a year. You don't need all that money. Just give us a fucking third of your money. So we can do what with it? Just keeping it for later. I don't know what that does. So look at that. Can't even work out what that central thing is. Well, there's the throne, which that's the shrine of Edward the Confessor. All right. Well, we know what happened to him, don't we? And oh, that was in Canterbury, though, wasn't it? And there's the throne, and there's the stone of Scone and a giant sword, which they do night teaches with. So it's a Scottish stone, apparently. There's some significance with it, where they gotta be crowned. So maybe it's just a vibrational quality to the stone. Stone has memory and its crystalline qualities. Look at the state of that. So that's the state sword, state shield, right? It's covered in vandalism. And this is like a shit took a shit. Look at the vandalism all over it. And they put kings in that. Why is it all covered in shit? What? It's all covered in vandalism. And this is the where you've got to be sat in to be a king or a queen with that stone, the stone of Scone, because it's a special stone. Wow, it's covered in cobwebs. That's weird. That's weird, isn't it? Like it's not like I'm being used. Just so weird. So here's who? Arthur Penrith Stanley, second son of Edward Stanley. Penrith is a Welsh name. He's got some Welsh designation there. Don't know who he is. Son, one of them. And then you get buried in there. There it is from outside. It's a beautiful shot, this, but it's catching motion, the action around Parliament building. And wonderful Big Ben, which has just been renovated. They did something to it during these weird last couple of years. Westminster Bridge. Everyone going over to work. Men dressed in black suits, the women dressed in black dresses, black hats. Everybody mourning. Mourning. What we mourning? Well, we're just being polite for the civilization we just took out. Stole, basically. Wow, look at that for an HD picture. It's weird. See these holes on the sides of this Westminster Bridge. When the sun shines through it, it looks like a dick and a balls in a shadow. I know you haven't seen that, but take my word for it, it's true. It's just an observation I made once. So that's weird. There was loads of little balls. You think they've done that deliberately? Yeah, probably. Like the big tower. That's inside the cathedral. Ah, leave it there. It's the Last Supper. The last trip. Because he's going to go and give himself up to be tortured or something. Weird. There's a son. Oh, look at the state of this. Please don't sit on the seat, is it? No, just a sign. It says 1296. 1296 on that stone. Kings have been throned upon that since 1296. I notice the shield's gone. Oh, that's by there. Wow, so shit. Why is it in a corner, in a tatio corner? It's weird. And no cars at this period. So what's this black stuff all over them? Must be from the coal fires. Because these are stinking buildings. I couldn't touch anything when I was a kid and used to go walk around this building. Remember they used to say, "Don't touch it, don't." I got clean clothes on, and if you had nice clean clothes on, you touched the walls in central London, you'd be covered in black stuff, soot. There's William. It's just bullshit because it's probably bacon, you know. It's like the churches. Oh, that's it. So that was really interesting. No, I got something I'm going to share with you here. I don't want to read it all, but got passed to me. Lee, down there in that post. Thought you might like it all. I have shown it before, actually, but I haven't read it before. But it's a narrative about a giant. If I show you now, and I'll link it up the moment I finish this post. Excuse me. How's this bit get over? There you are. So what we got is a newspaper article. I'll just change the page of a giant. Oh, fuck, I lost it. Doesn't matter. I'll link it up as soon as I get out here in a minute. Let me come back. I was going to have a look at pictures of Kate Middleton, but I thought, well, I better not actually. Might get just in trouble. So I thought better not. So, Epinephrine Ascend, Reclaim the Plane, Hippie Shake, Catherine, D-Tech, thank you everybody for being here. There's 597 of you still watching, which is awesome. Hope you had a good week here on Flat Earth British. Enjoyed the memes and the comedy and all the good vibes that we put out in the community. It's an awesome start to 2024, don't you think? Okay, instead of being all pussies, we're just smashing it, forging ahead like Superman and Jesus team. Adam Cookage could beat anyone. Jonathan Schumer. Okay, well, we're going to just do one more thing before I end the show. I'm going to give you all a few shots. Thank you all very much for being here. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you learned something. Hope you had a giggle. Just going to up the vibe a little bit. Buy some noodle cooking. Yeah. There you are. I'm a noodle strudel man. Oh, yeah. Oh, I never noticed there was a woman cooking in Orange. I never seen that till now. I was too busy watching the cooking to notice. No, really? Oh, all right then. Maybe not. It's hot anyway, so we can appreciate that, you don't need to wear much, but, wow. Okay. I can't believe that. Should I just refresh that? Yeah, that's what I'll do. So, yeah, there you are. And it's not showing it. Burger. Okay, I'm coming back. That's the end of the show, coming up to 3 hour mark. And I've said I was going to, in my brain, I thought, no, I'll only go 2 hours. Okay. Mint poppets. You got them? Poppets are lovely. Nice for a snack. I have some snacks now, so I'm going to do it. So, yeah, what have we learned tonight? Well, I wrote all this stuff down. Like geeking it, because we're proper geeks here, aren't we? Yeah, so we decoded the ancient Djed from an article from radio engineer Vladimir Yashkarin, and we've added to it from bits that we've learned together, and we fitted it with our Antiquitech disclosure, if you like. And I think that this is a thing. I think it's definitely a mind blow, definitely worth looking into. Heard that. And we've also looked into Westminster, Toronto, Algeria, Algiers, copper plate. I got stacks more to share. Oh, and we investigated Wallis Simpson. And we looked at an old war-damaged lodge in Spire Gardens in Cardiff, all in one show. And we did images of them. So not bad, eh? No, I know. Ariane, good to see you. What's happening? King of Egypt scattered around the realm. No shit, that's exactly what's happened. You've got them. They're all like having a war. What is it? A Game of Thrones, aren't they? They're doing that. And hiding all the other land. Stone of Destiny. Yeah. Stone of Scoom. Stone of Destiny. Same thing as well. Yes. There's also the London stone. Apparently, this has got like big, wrought iron around it. And they say that if the London stone should go missing, London would fall. They say that about if the ravens go missing from the Tower of London as well, though. So, you know. So, Ian Biggs, thank you. Hippie, thank you for doing linkages. Xenia D and JT, good to see you. Catherine, as I said, thank you. Bugman and Josh Roberts is in the house. Hippie Shake, thank you. And you, Leach, good to see you. What's that? They spied the time with Big Ben. No, they did something to it. They did something to Big Ben. They fitted it up with some tech. Where the bulldozers? Good question. Jonathan, Sherman, and who else we got in the house? So, if you're going to be shouted, just say ta-ra now. Happy Flaterday and the Wiggly Flat Thumbs. Okay, hope you enjoyed all of the goodness and the juicage that did overfloweth this week. Didn't it? Yes. War, ritual, sacrifice. Yeah, they do it on certain days for certain energies. In fact, with the other of a spiritual realm here, which I definitely think is real, because I know it is. Some people search for it their entire life, and some people it's just part of their life. It's weird, isn't it? There you go. I don't need any proof or evidence of there being more of this realm and more than they're telling us, because I've experienced so much in this life. So I know already. And I don't expect anyone to believe what I tell them, what I've been through, what things that have happened, especially the high strangeness. But I know. I know. Thank you, India Sweetness. Thank you, John Chapman. Thank you, Errol is in the house. I met Errol. Flat Thumbs Errol in San Diego as well as other places. San Diego, California. Love is stonk. Love is stonking. Bugman. LT as well. Yeah, I met that. LT is my bro. Builder Lee. I don't know. Starflower across the universe. New West Street, take care all. Thank you everybody for being here. Share this out if you don't mind. It's not too bad. It's quite shareable, I think. Fantastic evening. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. What else was you going to do tonight anyway? I laid on entertainment. Gayleen Fortner, thanks again for the laughs and the juice. Okay, we got some happy bunnies. That's all I like is happy bunnies. To be able to bring to you a presentation where I actually share screen, because that was a bit of a fuck up. Yes, epinephrine, that's Lawrence, who's my son. The metal biz is not so hot at the moment, but the computer business, because he's a gamer, that's a bit better apparently. Polyester, good to see you, lovely again. An ingenious creature, great life, thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed. Oh. Gherkins Junk. And there's my son there. Thank you, Lawrence Leak, my son. Skellington, great sweater. Yeah, I got this in New Mexico, and it's got a big hole in it. It's literally going to rot on me, but it's so warm and so cold. So cold. So cold though. Lobotomy, yeah, I think they should do that for like slave armies, just like bottomize them. Take the useful bit. Yeah, remove that bit. That's what's made him smart. And then he's just going to do shit for us. Fuck all. It's like, hang on, that might have happened. They're doing that already. Maybe they just all had a lobotomy. Cena D took away the maligna. Made that up. Sounds good though. Okay, ingenious. Maligna. No, I know what I'm going to say. I can't say it though. Maligna. What do I know of? Brain surgery anyway. Little Tangy. Yeah, let's do some trapping in a home. So, support martinliedtke and his wonderful productions of truth bombs. I definitely think there's a truth bomb and a drop mic in today's post. So thank you for the share of that, Professor, or this radio engineer, Lee. And that was my effort at presenting the information. So there you go. Joe Davis, Romney Bear, Josh Weir. Anyway, I'm just actually getting tongue-tied and tired. Reclaim the plane. Good to see you. Jessica. Evening. Yeah, we're just going to dive off. It just turns up, Jess. Okay, it's 500 of you watching. Share this out. Like this video if you did. for Martin's efforts. Really appreciate that. I'll be back this week, guys. Okay, keep an eye on my community page. Things that are happening, new website on the way, developments, and all the other groovy stuff. I've got a convention or a Flat Earth meet next month. I was supposed to have done this month, but David Weiss is doing that on a conference call. So I'm going to do February in Bournemouth at the Flat Earth meets. Okay, and I've been there before. It's a really awesome venue. So there'll be posters and all that out anyway this month coming. I'll show you, I'll make sure you all know about it. Okay. Okay, that's coming so far. There'll be more, I guess, on the way through the year and spring and adventures in America and everything else. It's all coming. Heidi Stanton, hi. Good to see you, lovely. And Isley. Why Lawrence? Lawrence is Laurence. After Lawrence of Arabia, but actually, I was going to be called Martinliedtke, and he was even on my green thing when I was born. But apparently my grandmother came in and said, "You're not calling him Lawrence, calling him Martin," and bullied my mother. So I was like, "Oh, fucking hell, I'm not having rows. Call him Martin then." So I thought, well, I quite like Lawrence because of like Lawrence of Arabia, Lawrence, D.H. Lawrence. Lawrence's musical name. And it's Irish, like his mother. So called him Lawrence. I think it's a really nice name. I think it's a noble name. If you sound like you're an author or something. Good old show, Bean. Good old Bean. Thank you, Cheech. Okay. Thank you all, guys. Boom Shanka. May the seeds of your loins be forever fruitful in the belly of your woman. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which doesn't mean not really. And stay epic above all. Keep that vibration high. And anytime you're depressed, think of pork noodles. That's what I do. Okay. Happy Flaterday, Harrison. Happy Flaterday. Nostar Wayne Wilson. Thank you for bringing the love. Lost out you all, guys. Thank you all very, very, very much. I do appreciate you all. Thank you all for being here when you could have done so much else with your life tonight. But this was good, wasn't it? Good. So, Chapman. Okay. See you later, guys. See you in a week. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Glenn. Glenn. Thank you, mate. And Misty Wills there as well. Oh, thank you, love. Good to see you, Misty Wills. Okay. Okay, I'm going. See you soon, guys. See you in a week. Be good, stay epic. Woohoo.